The following show features reviews from wildly unprofessional critics operating without the supervision of professionals. The thoughts and opinions held by these individuals are not to be taken seriously and do not come from a place of intellectual integrity. This show doesn't reflect the opinions of Criticless or its users. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's time to finally stop the constant flood of filth and propaganda coming out of Hollywood. Fill the airwaves 24/7 with that garbage. We gonna do the same thing.
I'm still here, you shit eaters.
What's up? What's up? What is up, everybody? Hello, and welcome to another episode of Criticless Cast Unhinged. We are back. We are here. Well, I am here, as you see, but not in the typical studio. We're mixing things up this week. I'm coming to you live from the beach of all places, but I am not alone. I have brought friends. Currently, one of them is already here. I have, many of you know him, the man, the myth, the legend, but Bob loves movies. Bob's in here. What's up, brother?
Not much, man. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm trying to survive. You know, we're wrangling kids and doing the beach thing. You know, and as many people know, well, I don't know, a decent amount of people know. You know, I hate sand. I'm a bit of an Anakin, and so I struggle. You know, it's there's sand everywhere. But the worst part is, you know, you're like, you know, when you like rent a beach house and you're walking around the house and you've gotten out of the beach. But then there's just sand everywhere in the house, and it's like on your feet, and you've gotten a shower, and then you get out of the shower, and you're walking around the house, and there's just more sand on your feet.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
It's terrible.
You know, I don't feel it as much out here because I live in the desert. There's sand everywhere, man.
Oh, that's awful.
It's all over the place, man. It's like every day for me out here.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a great way for me to Minecraft myself, you know, as the kids say. That sounds terrible.
It's cool out here, man, because the one benefit of being out in the desert is it's a dry heat, man. I'm not
right.
dying out here. Like when I went to basic training, I did my basic training in Georgia. Man, that was the most miserable 3 months of my life, man. From mid-June all the way up through the end of August. It was terrible, man. Get me back out into the desert. The sand, the dry heat. I love it out here, man.
Yeah, I will say there's something about the dry heat because I, you know, being a Southerner and being in North Carolina my whole life, it's like I've told this story before, but it's like I have literally gotten on a plane, flown to places like Vegas, gotten off the plane, and gotten an instant nosebleed, like just poof. Because out here it's like you're kind of underwater all the time. There's just humidity, you know. So much humidity, but you guys, there's like none of it, and it's so dry. I just feel like I'm like SpongeBob, you know, when he's out of the water and it's just a sponge, a dry one. That's basically me. I can't handle it. It's I'll stick with the humidity out here, you know. but I do appreciate the dry heat because like 110 degrees in dry heat, you're like, this is fine.
Yeah, it's not too bad. That's like normal for us out here.
Right.
You have 90-degree weather out where you're at, man, and it's miserable. I hate it.
Yeah, you're like, it's like 150 degrees right now.
Yeah.
And it's
now, to be
degrees.
fair, you know, I've got a bunch of family that's from the South. They're from Florida, so I've spent enough time in the humidity, but I still hate it, man.
I
said, give me the dry heat any day.
It's an adjustment for sure. But either way, I don't like sand. You know, I'm good without the sand. But we do have, and y'all might have seen him on the thumbnail. Thundarius is actually going to be joining us today. Many of you have probably seen him in the chat as well, because that's kind of the thing. Is it's like, which Bob's been on the show before, but I want to start incorporating more of our kind of Criticless folks that use the platform and are in this space, but also have, you know, streaming setups where they can do things like this or whatever. And so Thundarius was like, bro, I want to talk Ghost Rider. And I was like, bet. All right, we'll bring you on. So he's, I think he's finishing up work, and then he's going to be hopping on with us in a little bit. And so we'll, yep, see, there he is. He's in here, still working. Freaking
well,
slacker.
this will be a fun one to talk about, so it'll be good to have him on.
Yeah, it will. And I did not mention, so that is the thing, and you saw it in the title, but we are going to be talking about the 2007 mega hit, Nick Cage mega hit, Ghost Rider. So big, in fact, that it got a sequel. You know, this is a movie that is coming in at a whopping 28% on the old Rotten Tomatoes. So, but you know, that's as we say around here. It's like if it's got a 20 some odd percent on Rotten Tomatoes, it probably means it's amazing. That's probably what that means. So, which I have not seen this movie since the very night it released, like opening night, back when they used to do 12 o'clock showings. That was the last time I saw this. So
it's been a while since I had seen it as well. I mean, I actually own it, but I think I watched it once after they first released it to DVD.
Yeah.
And I think I watched it one time and that was it. And it was kind of cool going back and rewatching it because there was a lot I forgot about it. So
yeah, well, yeah, same. We'll definitely, when we dig into it, I'll say the format in which I watched it this time, which is pretty funny, because of just all of the traveling and everything. But it was, my kids watched it with me as well, and they have never seen it, so that was a fun look into it too. So we'll definitely dig into all that. But I've got a few news stories. We got your culture for boomers per usual. So you know, I'll expose Bob to the usual things that I torment all of the audience with that.
God,
and I do see a lot. Yeah. Just buckle up, guys. There's no telling what. I actually don't have any glizzies today. There's no hot dog related content, believe it or
not.
not.
You're disappointing me now, man.
I know. I failed. I say that, and then there's probably a clip that I have teed up. I don't know. I don't remember having any. So we will see. And I do need to say hello to the chat. I see a lot of the usuals in here. I see some folks I haven't seen in a little bit, like Corn Pop. I see you in here, dude. What's going on? We got My Dixie. We got Round Triangles, The Dude Law, Caveat Ties. Let's see who else is in here. Odysseus runs in here. Maester P, Life on Marshmallows. And speaking of Life on Marshmallows, we have 5 gifted Criticless cast memberships. What's up, brother? Thanks. And you guys know the drill. We got to run the thing.
By the time I pay my scientists, all the people in my lab, my developers, the lab rats, it's a wash. Well, why you do it then, cause I'm selfless.
Yeah. That's why.
Such a damn good actor, man.
Dude, he's a freaking genius. And that guy's been around for so long. Like, what a success story to really hit like full swing at his age now. Like but he's been doing it forever.
I mean, everything he's in, he elevates.
Yeah.
Just by being in it. Because, I mean, he brings his A game with every single role.
Oh, 100%. Like, a large part of Fallout's success is him.
Oh, yeah. Like, you could almost skip everybody else's scenes and just watch his, and you'd be cool. I mean, you'd be great. I love his work. I was first introduced to him in The Shield, and he just absolutely blew me away with that.
Yep, and that's for me. It was Justified, and he was the villain in Justified, and he was just such a absolutely legendary villain in that show. And I was just like, dude, this guy, like, he's where it's at. And then, but like, there are older films and stuff, you'll go back and you'll like catch him in smaller roles. It's like, he's been at it for a long time. And I don't know if you saw, fairly recently, there was a clip circulating where Walton was doing an interview, and basically he was like, you know, because he has that thick Southern accent.
Oh, yeah, where he was talking about the South. Yeah.
That
was cool.
And I was like, dude, much respect, because he's basically like, Hollywood has hated on the South for so long. He's like, I'm not taking part in this. Like, you guys keep freaking crapping on my culture. I'm not going to act in your movies.
Hell yeah.
And so, it is, because that is absolutely the case. Like, growing up, I thought that being from the South was like, I was just scum. Like, it's like, you're just a dumb idiot. No one should be from the South. And that's how Hollywood kind of depicted us for so long.
It's
true. Much respect for a big actor like him coming out and just basically being like, nah, Hollywood sucks. Y'all need to just quit talking crap. But anyways, I still got Marshmallow's thing up here. But thanks, brother, for the 5 Get to Criticless cast memberships. And to everyone that receives those, as always, welcome to the cult. We are glad to have you. But Bob, what do you say we go ahead and we do the whole culture for boomers thing? Because I think it's
dive right in, man.
Yeah, it's time to culture some people. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I can't start the segment. I mean, I have pulled it up, but we need to run the thing. All right. So let's see, and I still am very tempted to change that to Gary. I need to tell him before I do it, which I highly doubt he'll care. He's pretty much memed as the old man in the community at this point. So I've been kind of poking around on the interwebs, and I was kind of looking to see what we had going on. Now, I did want to touch in on something really quick. Last week, it's funny because I always say, I toot my own horn a little bit with bringing you guys the culture, the news. And for 2 weeks, I've been talking music on this channel. Yeah. And a lot of it has been bad music, and the bad social media music. Well, last week, we talked about this Phoenix flexing guy, and I was like, this song is AI. I'm telling you guys, like, it's blowing up, but it's causing all these problems. They're trying to push AI music on us, all this stuff. Well, funny enough, literally this week, all these people are putting out videos, and this guy, Real Takes, does a lot of talks about movies and different things.
Fully AI.
But so it is fully out now that this song is AI. It is. Wait, where? I don't know what I'm doing here. What is happening? I'm just getting rid of you, Bob. Oh no. What's happening here? Oh my God! I'm like an old man trying to operate the internet.
Dude, this is a perfect segment for you, man.
I know, seriously. My own segment making fun of old people, and I can't operate my own thing. So anyways, there's a lot more videos coming out now. People are starting to get on to the deal with this Phoenix flexing thing and this song, and it has been investigated now with these basically these AI programs that scrape to see if things are AI, and it turns out that it is in fact AI. This dude's walked it back, and then on top of that, another rapper, Tyga, has put out an album last week as we were talking about all of this. The whole album is actually AI, and it is like one of the first major albums in years to receive a 0 out of 0, and it is getting ripped to shreds.
Wow.
So yeah, it's happening so fast,
dude. Yeah, it just blows my mind how much AI is out there. Like on my YouTube feed, I mean, I'm getting just AI songs left and right, man. It's just like, are you freaking kidding me?
Right. And so the thing is, and like this guy pulls up in this video is what he talks about, and what I had said last week is that like kind of like on platforms like X and stuff, if this is the case, it should be noted as that on Spotify or everywhere else. It should say like, this is AI music, like that's how it was created, all of that. But so what I did want to pull up really quick here is, because the video is a little long, I'm not going to show the whole thing, but I just wanted to show you guys a few clips from it here.
Fully AI generated song ever to enter major US charts seems to have inspired the first 0 that Pitchfork has given to an album in 19 years. Talk about how
so Pitchfork did the review, and it's a full 0 of Tyga's album, who has been working with Phoenix Flex and who also has a song on this album. And now they are admitting that after literally multiple weeks of lying about it not being AI, they're all like, what do you mean? Yeah, of course we used AI to do this. And the other super weird thing is Phoenix Flex and Tyga both use the same like aesthetic and vibe. So they're clearly using the same platform and prompts and stuff for like all of their music, which is this weird like 80s kind of synth pop stuff. It's so strange. And so it is getting absolutely ripped to shreds. But so Pitchfork gave it a 0. But the other big thing I wanted to point out here, as this dude goes along and breaks it down, what he pulled up here is, I wanted to show this.
And say that it's not. Other hacks cannot copy the hacks with more AI to make more slop. If you're curious how the slop gets blasted out to the masses, companies like this reach out to creators like me and offer money to just use this music however you want. This stuff is being...
So this is a big thing right here. And he's sharing emails about how basically these music studios, because these guys are under a major label, are actually trying to push this AI music on the public and are offering to pay them money to use this music to help promote it, to make people think that they are these massive hits when they're necessarily not, and that people like it.
Is the reason they're doing this because they're hoping that this stuff will take off, and then that way they can produce music at a much lower cost?
Yes.
That's the reasoning behind this?
I think that is the end goal. Yes. And what's so weird about this, especially, is that it's music. It's an audio format. So it's like these people are literally just faces for like this product that's not them, that they can't replicate or perform if they were like, they can't even do live music. It's such a strange thing. I'm just like, how do you guys plan to pull this off? Are you planning on doing concerts like it's like the Gorillas or something, you know, where there's just like videos going on in the background and they're just lip syncing or something? Like, what is the long game here?
I don't know, man. I just think that it's too much. Yeah, it's like it's all hitting all at once. It's just gotten overboard, man. I'll hear something cool. Over on, it is AI, man. But you know, at some point, I do need to get a new hat for this. But yeah, you know, like I said, my feed is just loaded with nothing but AI music, and you hear something, you're like, oh, that's pretty cool, and then you hear them mispronounce a word or something, and you're like, oh man, this is just AI, and it's disappointing, and at the same time, it's just like, come on, man.
Right.
Do better. This is right. It's pissing me off.
Yeah, it sucks. But people seem to be pushing them back about a lot of this stuff. So it's like I'm one of those people where I'm okay with it, you know, being a tool in certain avenues where it's like making quality of life improvements on smaller things like, I don't know, task related things. But it's like when you start to incorporate it into the arts and you start to just saying that like, making entire songs and stuff and pushing it on people, or even whether it be photography or art or movies, whatever. It's like we're getting into like a much more gray area / just like an area that people I don't think are wanting. They're wanting to keep this for the most part out of the arts, outside of, you know, using AI for like freaking memes and stuff.
Yeah. Well,
so,
I mean,
anyways,
because we're seeing.
No, you're good.
We're seeing AI being used a lot more often when it comes to films or fan films that people are putting out and stuff like that. And there's the big debate, of course, whether this could be used in feature length films and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, at some point it just becomes a little too much. I went to or the last time I was in Vegas, I saw The Wizard of Oz at the Sphere, and to enhance it to fit the Sphere, they had to use a lot of AI for it. Now, some of it was kind of cool, but there were parts where it was like, okay, yeah, that's definitely AI there, and it looked kind of weird. And it's like it gets to a point where you're almost taking the creativity out of it. It doesn't feel earned. It just doesn't.
No, I agree. I absolutely agree. And especially with, the music and stuff, it's not earned at all, really. And I understand that there's some technicality to like getting used to getting the prompts right and making it tailored to be a certain way. But either way, I think that the mainstream industry is going to keep trying to shove AI music down people's throats. So it's just one of those you need to watch out for, especially if they're not notifying people that that's what it actually is. And by the way, Jason, I do not use AI for my thumbnails. Thank you very much. I make those myself. But I will say that Beardo does for his thumbnails. But I do not use AI on mine. There are a lot of people.
And you see, but that's an appropriate tool for it, or an appropriate outlet for that particular tool.
Right.
Like you said, like there are areas where I'll use it, where I'll make an outline out of it and say, okay, I want it to have this, this, and this, and this. Give me an outline. And then from there, I'll tailor it to whatever I want and make the changes that I need to make and stuff like that. But that's pretty much all I'll use it for. I haven't used it for thumbnails yet. I'm sure one of these days I might, but as of right now, I haven't yet. But again, that's the type of stuff to use it for. So I'm not opposed to it completely, but yeah, like you said, for this, no.
Yeah, no. For music, absolutely not. No, hard pass. Now, I did want to pivot here. I have, we haven't done this in a while. It was one of the things that we used to do a lot on this channel, which is like the slang, and school's been out. So a lot of people, the slang has it goes a little dormant, where there's not a lot of new words being created, not a lot of people, even one of the guys that we follow, Mr. Lindsay, he's a teacher, so he brings all of the new slang. Well, he's back at school. Things have started back up. But then in doing so, I actually found a video by Stephen Amell, which kind of connects to a thing that I've talked about also a lot on this show, which is if you have not been paying attention, Stephen Amell from the Arrow series is doing a Baywatch show.
Right.
Which I am extremely excited about. I'm very excited. I hope it's great. I hope it's awesome. And he's actually playing the son of the Hoff. I'm willing to bet that the Hoff will appear in this show at some point. But so he's kind of the old guy on set because he's playing the guy running the lifeguard, I guess group. And so he's around a bunch of young people, and he was actually talking about slang, and this kind of made me chuckle. And I'm curious to see if you're familiar with this word and know what it means, Bob.
All right.
Tell you what, I have been hanging out with young people since like early February on a daily basis. And despite their best intentions, and despite several attempts, I still don't know what the fuck mogging means. What does it mean? Every time I ask them to explain it, it goes the same way. There's a lot of words, some examples, and then it just ends with me going, is it good? And they go, it depends. If you can't explain something, it's not a thing. I feel like I'm mogging all over mogging. Maybe.
Okay. So, Bob, do you know what mogging means?
I have no idea what it is, man. I would have had the same freaking expression. I'd have been like, what the hell are you talking about? Like every now and then my kids will say something. I'm like, what the heck are you talking about?
What are these words?
Okay. I used to tease them that saying that, words have changed, or they keep shrinking over the years. At one point it was baby, then it became babe, then it became bae. Pretty soon it's just going to be buh. I'm just like, at what point are you going to stop reducing the words? Yeah. Come on.
All right.
Now I sound like one of these old men.
You kind of do. Yeah. But you're not wrong. Also, you're also not wrong. So, and I saw this, it made my day. Sean is like never heard that word before tonight. And that's why we do Culture for Boomers. You're welcome, Sean. So I'm going to break down mogging for you guys.
Oh, God.
I'm going to say a bunch of words, and then you're going to be like, but is it good or bad? I'm going to say sometimes. It's both. So, all right, mogging, essentially, it's the equivalent of like kind of one-upping somebody in looks. You mog someone where you're just like, hey, I'm better looking than you. It's kind of like, how people were using Riz for a while?
Okay.
It's kind of like if somebody's got a lot of Riz and then somebody else doesn't have a lot of Riz and they're in the same sphere, they're near each other. So the better looking dude is mogging the worse looking dude. That's essentially it. So you could get mogged, right? And then it's not a good thing. But if you're mogging someone, then it is a good thing. So it's kind of both.
Dude, that's freaking ridiculous, man.
Right. Chopped is another one, right? So it's like if somebody is chopped, and you know what chopped means?
No. What is?
So chopped is also, it's like you're ugly. You don't look good, right? So you could be mogging someone that's chopped, right? And then they might call you the Rizzler, right? Or they might say that you're Himothy. You might be him. That's another one you'll hear people say is just like, I am him. Have you heard that one?
I'm him, you said?
Yeah. You're like, okay. I am him. Or
okay,
like,
yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
That's like, I'm the dude. I'm the guy. I'm the most excellent, I guess. So that's all of these words. And yes, risk it. Ick is not a bad way to put it. And big phrase, I am not gay. Okay, listen, I have already, in the past 24 hours of being in the same house as my father, I've been called gay about 100 times in the past 24 hours. I don't need it from the chat as well. All right, I've had enough. All right, y'all are just jealous because I'm mogging you on stream. I'm just mogging you from far away. That's what's going on here. They're
Did we used to call that just showing you up? Or just be better looking than you?
You're right. Right. They did. But now there's got to be 100 words that mean that exact thing. So I have another video here from Mr. Lindsay breaking down some of the new slang and what's happened over the summer. By the way, I warned you guys a while back. 6'7" is out. Okay? Don't use 6'7". You'll seem like a boomer.
Weekly update on the words the kids are saying most this week. It is Friday, August 7th, and I wrote down the words that I heard most in the classroom this week. So, coming in at number 1, we have LARPing or LARPer. The number of times that I was called a LARPer this week was astonishing. I'm dropping a definition video on LARPing or LARPer tomorrow. They think they invented it. They did not. They've changed it a little bit, but I'm going to define it for you guys tomorrow. So that's coming in at number 1.
So, LARPer, number 1, and a lot of us know what LARPing means. Bob, do you know what LARPing means?
Yeah, I'm
right, like pretending you're, So, but my guess is so he's made a video. Well, I'll touch back next week to see if he breaks down because he said they slightly changed it. That's another thing that they have been regularly doing that Gen Alpha's doing, where they're making words a thing again and then kind of just pretending like it's theirs, but we're like it's been a thing for a while. So that's where we're back. We're circling back around. We're coming full circle for sure.
What are we calling them now? Gen Alpha, you said?
Yeah, they're Alpha. Yeah, that's the kids now. Anybody under 16 is Gen Alpha.
All right.
So because Gen Z is they're old now. Gen Z's old, and we're just super old. And so, Gen Alpha are the ones coming up.
Number 2, it's a meme that started going viral over the summer. It's, are you tung tung, referring to Tung Tung Sahar. Are you tung tung because I want to give you some tung tung. I've heard that way too much this week. It's disturbing. I don't want to hear it ever again come from a middle schooler's mouth. Coming in at number 3 is quiet on the...
Now, the tung tung thing, yes, and he said Tung Tung Sahar and all this. That comes from Italian brain rot. That's a whole nother deep, dark alley that I don't want to go down. Are you familiar with the Italian brain rot, Bob?
No, I'm not.
I don't want to go there, but it's just a bunch of weird memes of these mutated, weird looking little creatures that are like inanimate objects that are brought to life. And they're just, I don't even know. They all have super weird names that just sound like someone is stimming. It's absolutely, and Jeremy knows, yes, Italian brain rot is a ridiculous rabbit hole. That's one we would have to spend an entire segment on Culture for Boomers just talking about that. And I don't know that I want to do it. It's a nightmare.
That bad, huh?
Yeah, it's bad.
Quiet on the Creek. Now, Quiet on the Creek, they're not using it as a saying. They are singing the song by Saucy Santana. The Quiet on the Creek. Shh. Okay, so I'm hearing them sing it more than say it. And then 6'7", you guys have been asking me about 6'7", whether or not I think it's going to come back this year. A couple kids tried it. They shut it down pretty quick, so I think that one's done. Peak is still in. Cybal still in. Unk is still in. Hope this helps. Weekly update on the words.
There you go,
man.
Yeah, there's a lot. And he rattled off like 3 or 4 there at the end that you've probably never even heard of.
Yeah.
Or that you might have heard me do a segment on and already forgotten what they were. Like Cybal, it means essentially, it means shut your bitch ass up. It's a shortened version of that. So that is what Cybal is. And they are using that. So if anyone tells you that, it's slander. So just know that if they're saying that to you, it's not a good thing.
Cybal. Okay.
Cybal. Yeah.
Right.
And Unk is basically just you're old. You're like it's their way of just basically being like you're like an uncle.
Yeah. That one I've
old
heard.
Person.
There's one I've heard.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. It's that's one, and you'll probably get called if you're over the age of honestly probably about 30. You're almost guaranteed to get called Unk. Apparently, X-Wing was in a gas station the other day, and some kid called him an Unk, which is pretty fantastic. So I like to warn you guys about potential, we'll just say mishaps that can happen due to social media, where a lot of women are they're using social media, and then there's these trends that are happening where they try and catch you in a thing so that they can then laugh at you and share a video. This is a new one. It's pretty brilliant, in all honesty, and I kind of love it. But it's one of those, if you sniff it out, and see that it's happening, to just kind of avoid it.
Okay.
Dad, you're not going to believe this. I just got pulled over, and I told the cop that I was going home because you fell off a ladder, and he's coming to make sure you're okay.
Dude, what are you even talking about? I literally just got off of a plane, and I just walked into the house.
I know, but you need to pretend like you fell off a ladder or something, please. He's right behind me. I'm 1 minute away.
I'm not fucking... You want me to do what?
Pretend like you fell off a ladder. Hurry, I'm pulling in.
Oh my god, I hate you. Goodbye.
First off, most based dad ever. It's like, what the hell do you want from me? No, I kind of hate you. Leave me alone. Goodbye. But also, I'm going to do what you're asking me to do.
Yeah, that's probably me. If my kid called me doing that, I'd be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Right. It's like, I'm not going to do that.
What did you get me into?
Yeah, exactly.
You want me to do what?
Pretend like you fell off a ladder. Hurry, I'm pulling in.
Oh my god, I hate you. Goodbye.
Lily, hurry. I'm going. Do you think he's on the phone? Oh my god.
Freaking awesome that he did it.
I need help. I need help, dude. I think I broke my leg. Where's the cop? Motherfucker. Dude, I swear to God, this whole TikTok shit or Instagram, whatever the fuck you're doing, it's enough. I'm done. You're in on it too? That's it. I'm out.
Oh, hey, at least he was willing to go all the way for it, man.
Right. Yeah, he went all in. Well, that's like this comment, the third comment down here, that they just she said an artist, and just shared this because he literally put props out in the driveway. Like, he's like, look, I've already got this ladder out in the middle of the yard here. I want to make sure that it looks legitimate. You see, he's got the phones laying there. He's got himself a saw, some kind of like, is that a scraper? Is that what that is?
I think so.
What does he do? What did he think that the cop was thinking he was doing out here with this scraper and a saw?
And somebody in the chat mentioned that they probably wouldn't have believed him because he's not wearing shoes.
Right. You're like, bro, you're out here with no shoes in a business outfit and laying on the concrete with a ladder.
Yeah, what do you tell the cop?
Right.
Why are you dressed like that? Why don't you have any shoes? I'm sorry, I'm just a jackass. It's like, what do you want me to say? It seemed like a good idea.
Yeah, seriously. Dude, it's just freaking fantastic. But so, if a loved one, especially a younger person, calls you and says all of that, then just know that they might be pranking you just so they can get you for a TikTok video. So just be on the lookout, because we see these regularly. I love Sweet Potato Night. Sweet Potato Night in the chat. He just says staged. It doesn't matter what it is, staged or AI. It could be a horrific car crash. Sweet Potato Night's like, probably AI, also staged. Every time, never fails. He's on it. But so have you seen the new movie that's coming out about Chris Hansen, the dude that did the Catch a Predator?
Oh yeah, I saw the trailer, the one with Robert Pattinson.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, they just released a trailer for it. It's like this A24 type film, and this guy made a skit that fully encompasses my exact thoughts for everyone else that's in this movie besides Chris Hansen. And I thought it's pretty brilliant little skit here.
All right. Good news, buddy. I just booked you in the new A24 film. Oh, awesome. Like a horror film? In a way you can't even imagine. It's called Primetime. It's about NBC's To Catch a Predator. I'm gonna play Chris Hansen? No, but you are gonna have a scene with him. So I'm gonna play a cameraman? No, not quite. Not quite. I'm gonna play a kid? No, but you are gonna have a whole lot of interest in them. Oh my god. Can you cry on command? I'm gonna be honest, I really don't want to do this one. No, you're absolutely perfect for this role. What do you mean by that? You have a Reddit charm. I'm gonna be sick. Good news.
Like, just couldn't be any worse. You're the role of a lifetime, and you're just gonna be
Isn't the guy who played Flash Thompson in the new Spider-Man or in the Tom Holland films? He's played one of the guys.
Yeah, he is, and also the guy that's Jimmy Olsen in the new Superman series is
I
also
saw
going to be one. Yeah.
No, that's one you wouldn't want to take on.
No,
like I can't imagine anybody wanting to sign on unless they were playing the lead.
Right. Oh, 100%. I would. That is not a role I would want at all.
Yeah,
not a tiny bit.
I love how he says in the video, "It's the role of a lifetime. You're perfect for it."
Yeah, you just got that Reddit charm. You just look like a creepy Redditor. So, and I'd be like, I don't think I'm ever gonna work again. I'm terrified now of what everyone thinks of me and the way that I look. So. I'm gonna pull, and my wife keeps telling me I need to fix my lighting. Do I look too dark in this room to you? I'm debating on turning on some lights in here. I don't want to look like I'm sitting in the back cave. I'll turn some on. Holy shit! But before we do that, guys,
are you gonna start mogging me if you turn on those lights?
Listen, lights or not, I'm mogging everybody. All right, so it's not just you. Don't worry. I'm mogging all over everybody. You know what I'm saying? And they still do that thing where they're like, that one. But dude, check it out. We got somebody here. We got Thundarius.
Hey, man.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Good, man.
Buddy.
How you doing?
Good. Got everything locked up. Someone tried to come in 5 minutes after we closed it. I'm like, I'm busy tonight. So go away.
Exactly. You got things to do. Well, I'm glad that you made it, dude. We're well, as I saw you in the chat, so we're still chugging along with some culture for boomers, and we do have quite a few news stories. But I was trying to decide what I wanted to send you guys off with. So I think I'm going to pull up this because I feel like all of you guys can relate, and I think Bob can at least because Thundarius, you're not married, correct? You don't have
nobody wants my ass.
Oh man.
Come on, Thundarius. What are you talking about? I mean, maybe after look, I realize that you guys are on this stream getting mogged by me right now. But like, don't let that affect you outside of this stream, okay?
I don't know. I think I'm hair mogging you right now.
You are hair mogging everyone right now. Which I have a feeling that Thundarius knew what mogging was. Am I right, Thundarius? You knew what mogging was, correct?
Right. You might be right.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a strong feeling.
That's right. I'm the old man here on the stream, man. So.
Listen, somebody's got to be the oldest, Bob. So
it's all good.
Better you than us. That's all I got to say. But so this did make me laugh because this is how I feel when my wife talks to me when I'm getting ready at night. In the getting my nightly routine situated, and I thought that this was absolutely hilarious.
So we're in my Pawpaw's bathroom, and we're gonna ask Pawpaw what does he use for his skincare routine. I'll be back down to just a minute. Pawpaw, people want to know, what do you use on your face?
I use Dove soap.
And what else do you use?
That's all.
That's all?
Dove soap.
Can you? Where is it?
It's bar soap.
On your face.
I wash my face with it every time I take a bath. Let it soak on my face.
Okay, that's what he used off. So we're
dude, it's so accurate. I feel like every dude deals with this with their lady, where they're like, what do you wash your face with? I'm like, soap. That's what I get soap and then I wash my face with it. Like, what am I supposed to do? And that's this guy. He's probably been washing his face with Dove soap for his entire life.
Right.
And he's like, I'm fine. My skin looks great. But the ladies, they got. My wife's got like 100 different soaps and lotions, and literally right before I got on this stream, she's like, "Close your eyes." And then she just sprayed some shit all in my face. And I was like, I didn't know what was happening. I'm like, what is this? And she's like, don't, it's for your skin. And I'm like, I was fine before you sprayed this on my face. Like, what is this going to change?
Well,
and
it's
then,
got those vitamins and minerals and all that
right, right. And then she shows up like 5 minutes later to then rub something else all over my face. And I'm like, this is 2 more things than I'm used to. And like this old guy, I'm like, I just used a bar of Dove soap 5 minutes ago. All right. And it did just fine. That's
that sounds like my fiance, man. She'll come over and start spraying shit. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Just leave me alone.
Right.
God.
Right. It's just like, I want to age naturally, you know? When I am 90 years old, I'm okay if my skin looks like a wrinkly old nutsack, you know? Like, that's fine. That's what I was meant to look like.
Oh, trust me. I work with geriatrics, and I've been working with them for 13 years. And I'm telling you, man, they do not care at that point. They don't care.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
They don't care if their skin looks great or not.
Yeah. Which is clear that, I mean, Thundarius clearly has a skin routine. I mean, look at that guy. He's like, you know, he's glowing, just absolutely glistening.
I use Harry's facial cleanser.
Let's see. Wait, who's Harry and what are you?
Harry's.
What is he?
It's a male.
What is Harry putting on your face?
Like
Thundarius, this is.
They got, it's like if you want to graduate from using Old Spice and Axe to the next.
Okay.
Level.
Okay.
They're like
all right.
one you can get at Walmart with.
Oh, I thought some dude named Harry was putting stuff on your face, you know?
No, nothing Harry's getting put on my face.
I'm just saying. I was just wondering. It sounded a little suspicious. So, but I do think that has been it for your culture for boomers. And now what I have to do, since I never do these types of strings, is figure out how to get all of us together. There we go.
There you go.
I did it. And you know what's funny? I was talking about my lighting in here. I turned on lights. Absolutely nothing changed. I can't tell the difference. So
yeah, you still look like hell, man.
Yeah, I know. Well, listen, you know, I had to come in here. I was like, I told my wife, you know, after she started making my skin look all good, I was like, look, we need to get this room, you know, so to where I look worse so that I'm not mogging these guys on this stream. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm looking out for you guys. You know, I'm looking out.
Appreciate it.
For the two of you. I do what I can. You know, I'm just trying to be a friend. I'm just trying to be a good friend. But guys, that has been it for your culture for boomers. And with that being said, I guess also really quick here, since Thundarius came in a little later and I introduced Bob. Bob's been on the show before, but this is Thundarius' first time on the stream. Outside of the chat, Thundarius, do you want to kind of give a quick rundown of your what you do? Because I was telling Bob, because Bob didn't know you had a channel and stuff. But if you don't know, guys, Thundarius does YouTube as well elsewhere. If you want to talk about it for a second.
Yeah, I got a channel called Cyber School Media with a couple of buddies where we mostly do music-related content, covering, reacting, reviewing, going to stuff from the local scene all the way to the international scene. Our channel sent us to London to see a band back in May. So we do a little bit of movie talk. We started with doing more movie talk, and then we needed something we could do more frequently and drop multiple videos a week. And so the music reaction stuff took off, and now I've got tons of cool musicians that are talking to me that I have listened to for years. And I got a little vape shop too. If I turn this camera around, there's a vape shop in front of me. So
yeah,
nice, man.
And Thundarius is out here fighting the man. They're trying to take him down.
Oh man, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, the regulation, dude. They're gonna regulate us into oblivion before it's all said and done with. So much props to you for standing up to them, and hopefully you'll make it out on the other side in one piece.
Yeah, I told my senator I was going to email him every day until he got me the contact of somebody to talk to.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, keep at him. Heckle him.
He's like, I'm retiring. I don't care.
You're right. Right. Yeah. That's the. Oh God. Yeah. Don't get me started on government. If anybody, I'm about as anti-government as they come. So my patience is about yay big. But I did want to pull up a few member messages here really quick. We had Corn Pop in here, member for 1 month, and said, got a milestone, man. Nice. I'm guessing the 1 month is the milestone, Corn Pop, I'm assuming. If so, let's go. Thanks for the membership, buddy. And Risk It for the Biscuit here in the chat. I hadn't seen you in here in a little bit, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Member for 6 months says, why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Risk it. Risk
Womp
it.
womp.
Buddy.
You call your friends retards when they're acting retarded.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I'll just let Michael Scott call you retard, Risk it, but I appreciate the old joke. Thanks, buddy. Good to see you here in the chat, man. And we got Jake Stanley, Blue Blazed in here, member for 6 months, says, I'm late. I was lost reading Dungeon Crawler. Carl, nice. I've not read any Dungeon Crawler. Have either of you guys?
No.
No, all I read right now is Rippaverse stuff, and I'm way behind.
Let's go. Oh, really? Yeah. I'm way behind on my Rippaverse stuff too. Dungeon Crawler Carl is blowing up. There's a TV show coming, supposedly. I have been hesitant to start. A lot of people have been reading it, really all about it. I kind of basically I don't know if you guys heard what happened with him and Critical Drinker, but basically like Drinker did some stuff for him, I think with one of his audiobooks or something. And then essentially, because the mob doesn't like Drinker, they came after the writer of Dungeon Crawler Carl for working with Drinker, and then he basically like disavowed him and was like, I don't know this guy, he sucks, blah blah blah, even though, you know, Drinker helped spread the word and helped people find out about, you know, these books and all this stuff. And I'm just like, oh, man, like that's just kind of bitch behavior, like just stabbing.
Yeah, I remember hearing
like
about that.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just kind of dirty. And so I'm like, I've heard the books are really good though, and I've been tempted to read them, but I'm just like, I just don't, it's just so shitty. Like, I'm just kind of like, man, I don't know. That makes me not like you that you did something like that. Which, as I've said a billion times, it's like with so much of Hollywood and just all of these industries, for how often they're just constantly, you know, just so ideologically possessed with everything and whatever. It's like, if we didn't watch movies or read books just because somebody politically thought different or whatever, you'd probably not read or watch anything or listen to anything, or, you know. But either way, it's like, this is a special kind of thing, because I'm like, y'all worked together and you still turned on this dude. Like, that's dirty. That's,
you know, they always say don't bite the hand that feeds you, but in this case he couldn't resist.
Right, seriously. So I don't know, we'll see. I might check out some of it, you know, and if the TV show comes out and it's good and I like it, I might give the books a go. But I hope you're enjoying it, Jake, and let us know what you think of them. But I know that Matt, who's on the show, he has been reading through all the books and likes them a lot. So they say they're pretty good. But thanks, Jake, for that membership. And what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pivot on over to the news, because we did have a couple of stories that I wanted to talk about that I haven't seen anybody, well, actually one of which was talked about today on Daily, another one I have not seen as many people talk about. So we're going to go ahead and dig into the news. All right. And so this first little piece of news here, I guess, are you guys aware that there is a Miami Vice movie on the way?
Yes, with Austin Butler and Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we actually talked about that on Dad's Turn to Talk when they first did the casting announcement, and we had Lily on that episode, and Lily was just going nuts because she's a big Austin Butler fan, and she's like, now you pair him up with Michael B. Jordan. I mean, she was psyched for that. So
yeah, she's a massive Austin Butler simp. So that totally tracks. But hey, you know, he's pretty great. So that is happening. This is one of those we haven't really talked about on the show. And I'll say I kind of need to go back and watch it, but I think it was directed by Michael Mann. There was a Miami Vice movie that came out, like, it's probably been about 20 years now. Yeah. But I remember not being super crazy about it. Did either of y'all see that back in
No.
Okay. So that, because they did a movie, because Miami Vice was originally an 80s TV show, very popular. They made it into that movie years ago. It didn't do great. It was Colin Farrell, I think, and Jamie Foxx.
Yes, Colin Farrell was in it.
Maybe I did see it.
I think you're right. I think it was Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense that it would get memory hold, I think, because I don't remember much about the movie at all, and remember kind of being a little bit underwhelmed with it. But I think that it has the potential to be really cool, and everybody attached to this is what has me excited and kind of why I wanted to talk about it. And there is a new piece of casting for this movie, which also has me excited. So let's see here. Did I just made everything go away?
No,
and now there we go. Okay, good. I'm working on a laptop and a separate screen. This is not my normal setup. Everything just wigged out. But yeah, so Miami Vice is officially happening. They're well into the production phases of this thing now, and so they have now cast Alden Ehrenreich. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but this is the dude that was Han Solo in the Solo movie.
Right.
I think that he is a wildly underrated actor. I think that he's one of those guys, how there's regularly these guys in Hollywood where they just kind of can't catch like the right break, and
Right.
they do really good work. That's kind of how I feel about him. And he actually did a TV show. It was one of the original launch shows for Peacock, if I remember right. Yeah, I think it was Peacock. And it was a Brave New World TV show, and it is excellent.
So
If you
Brave New World,
like based off the book.
okay,
Yeah. So definitely check it out. It's really good. And he was in that, and then they canceled it. Like I said, it was one of the launch shows, and it just didn't, Peacock hadn't taken off yet. And so I think that he's a good choice for this movie. Casting's filling out. Austin Butler's good. I'm so on Michael B. Jordan. I think he's a decent actor. I'm just not crazy about him. I'm kind of like, sure. So we'll see. I'm sure he'll do a good job in it.
But you loved him in Sinners, right?
Dude, that movie's so overrated. I just that movie sucks.
It's about as good. About as good as Jaws, right?
Yeah,
I love that movie.
No, it is not remotely as good as Jaws. It sucks. All right, Thundarius, do you like Sinners? Did you like it?
Yes.
You did? Oh, no.
I was in my top 5 of the year.
Oh, no. All right. Well, all right. And we're just going to keep on trucking here.
All right, let me take my Criticless shirt off.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, I get it. I get why people like it. It just was not my cup of tea. I was not crazy about it. But yeah, with this news coming along, I did want to bring it up because we hadn't talked about it on the channel. I like Alden Ehrenreich, and I think that he's a good addition. They have not said who he's playing, but the other big piece of news here I say news. This isn't news, but if you don't know about this movie happening, is the fact that Joseph Kosinski is the guy directing it.
Yes.
And my dude puts out nothing but bangers. If you're not familiar, he's the guy that did my favorite thing that he did is Tron Legacy. He recently did the F1 movie. And actually, Bob and I reviewed one of his movies on this channel, Oblivion, which is great. Thundarius, have you seen Oblivion?
Such an underrated movie.
No.
I really enjoyed watching that.
Bro, yes. See Oblivion. M83 did the entire score and soundtrack for the movie. It's Tom Cruise, and it is, don't watch any trailers for it. The less you know, the better. And it is a very underrated, really cool movie. We reviewed it probably about a year ago now, right, Bob? It's been some time.
Yeah, we did it in August last year. So yeah,
it's right at a year. So that's the big thing I think to be excited about with this is just that Kosinski's making this movie. I think that it is gonna. We saw what he did with Tron Legacy, all of the '80s vibes, the neon, the synthwave, all of that stuff. If he takes everything that he learned from that movie and then just puts all of the vibes into a Miami Vice movie, it could slap. This could be really good.
The way he directs stuff, you're gonna feel like you're in that freaking car. I mean,
yes, yeah,
it's gonna feel awesome,
right? And just I can imagine, the neon-soaked Miami of the '80s, busting criminals and drug busts and just all of that. It can be really cool, and I think it's gonna really blow the previous film out of the water, and I hope he really catches kind of the vibe and the feel of the original series. So I'm pretty excited about this. It's just one of those that I think is good to have on your radar because I think it will be a big deal and have a lot of eyes on it when it hits theaters. So it's one to watch out for. But And I think, like I said, Alden, I think, is just somebody who should be on your radar too with actors, because I think that if he can find the right films and get the right roles, he's going to get a lot more eyes on him. In this article, it actually pointed out, I guess he just recently won a Tony. He did like Broadway for the first time, and I guess it was really good, and he got some awards for it. And so I guess he moved away from the Hollywood stuff and did some stage acting for a little bit, and it's done really well. So I'm excited to see him in it and all these guys. I think it's going to be a fun movie.
Heck yeah, so far the cast is shaping up very nicely for this.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. So next little piece of news here that I wanted to touch in on is this. I don't know if either of you heard about this happening, but this is, I think, good news for everybody, to be completely honest. And
I wonder why.
Right, yeah. It makes you wonder. So yes, DC has axed or / rejected 4 female-led shows after Supergirl flopped at the box office. Now, the thing that a lot of us have talked about, though, is that it's not that people don't want to see female-led superhero movies, that they can't be good. It's just that they keep putting out absolute shit. So much of it is bad. Yeah. And with the announcements here and the things that were canceled, it's just like, well, yeah. Because, I mean, and I'll let you guys kind of give your thoughts on it, but it's like, what are our overall thoughts here? I guess poll with the two of you of what we think about the current DC James Gunniverse is where do you guys sit with it?
Sucks.
It sucks.
I don't have to pay for movies at my local theater unless it's sold out.
Yeah.
So I still didn't go see Supergirl. So
it wasn't worth free. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm checked out. I'd rather they just ice it for like 5 years and bring somebody new in.
Yeah.
The best part of seeing Supergirl was they gave me this pin. That was the best part. I went to that fan event, and I'm telling you, there were like 3 people there, and I was one of the 3. And it's
Yeesh.
I mean, it was bad, man.
It was in our theater for 2 weeks, and they pulled it.
That's bad, dude. That's so bad. It tanked in an epic way, and I just, with looking at James Gunn's slate, and what they canceled, it's like, well, yeah, if you can't make a Supergirl movie work, then like you should probably bail, on this track that you're currently on. So this is an article by Marvin. He dropped this on G&G, and he breaks down the things that were canned. 2 of which being Waller, which is a show about Amanda Waller, the lady who kind of sort of runs the Suicide Squad. Can I just ask, who in their right mind was asking for or wanted an Amanda Waller TV show besides James Gunn?
No one.
Yeah,
I can't stand her as any of the characters she ever plays when she's in a TV show.
Yeah.
Or a movie or anything, man. It's very off-putting. Go away.
Yeah. It's just this character that sucks, that is just a shitty person, and it's to base a whole series off of her, and we already got her daughter shoehorned into freaking Pissmaker. So it's just, what are we doing at this point with the DC? We don't have a Batman yet, but you're gonna give us a Waller show, and then also the other one that was canceled was Paradise Lost, which was supposed to be a whole show based around Themyscira and the characters of the Wonder Woman island / part of the DC universe. Also, so not a Wonder Woman show, a Themyscira show.
Hey, it works very well with Sony and the Spider-Man villains. I might as well let's make an Amazon show.
Bro, for real though, it's going to be like what was it, Madam Web 2.0? It's just all of.
Do you think they were hoping maybe to strike it hot with another Xena or something like that? Because that's all I could think of. Where I'm like, what was the point of this?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. And that's the thing too with like you said, like Xena is a perfect pull for something like that. But it's like, but Xena was awesome and she was a badass, and also she was hot and had sex appeal, and like chicks could like it, dudes could like it, whatever. But they have removed 9 times out of 10 when they do stuff like that. It's bland, it's boring, it's girl bossy, it has no sex appeal, and it just doesn't appeal to anyone. Kind of like Supergirl.
I'd like to say it feels like James Gunn just wakes up in the morning, rips a fat line, and goes, "Okay, here's what we're gonna do." But there is so much good stuff that was made by ripping lines, and this is not that.
Right. Yeah. This is not that. So what is it then? Like, what is he doing? Is he freaking boofing beers in his butt before he comes up with these ridiculous ideas? Like, what is happening?
Do you think part of it could be that he had the success with Guardians that he's thinking, okay, I can take any lesser known character and turn around and make them A-listers?
Right.
Maybe it's his own arrogance.
I think that 90% of the mistakes that James Gunn makes are connected to his own arrogance, for sure. Like that, because that's the thing. Watching James Gunn is it constantly just feels like James Gunn is making things for James Gunn.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like he's making things for any other audience outside of himself. And I think that is the issue. And if you look down here, he pointed out there was a Catwoman and Poison Ivy TV shows that were recently pitched to DC, and HBO passed on both of them. So this is now 5 shows. Right? No. Yeah, that is the 4th show then. So it's Catwoman and Poison Ivy, Waller, and Paradise Lost.
Now, the question, though, Catwoman, my understanding is that was supposed to be Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman, right?
Right.
So,
I don't know.
That would have been technically in the Matt Reeves universe.
Right.
So,
Which,
I mean, granted, James Gunn still has to give approval on it because he's running everything, but
right.
Yeah, it was supposed to be separate from the rest of his DC universe.
Yes, and the other things, Paradise Lost and Waller, were both in his DC universe. So that's the other thing, is it's like there's conflicting messaging happening over there because of the Matt Reeves stuff, and the fact that the Matt Reeves stuff has been much more well received than the James Gunn stuff.
To be honest, I'm convinced that's why some of the Matt Reeves stuff got delayed as much as it has. Is that there is that kind of tug of war and friction going on over in DC as to what direction to go, and I wouldn't be surprised if the heads of Warner Brothers, that part of the reason they've kind of held on to the Matt Reeves universe is like, okay, well, if this doesn't work out with James Gunn, then we can lean in over here, and that, and that, like I said, creates a battle creatively anyway.
It's just wild that everything is such a swing and a miss and loses money. And then the one thing everybody loved, Penguin, they're like, nah, let's not double down on the thing everybody actually liked.
Right. Penguin is like one of the best things that's come out of. Yeah, it's freaking phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. And I'll say, I like the Batman better than more than a lot of people in this space do. I know a lot of people give it crap. And like Epic Mike absolutely hates it. I really like it a lot. I saw it twice in theaters. I think it's too. Yeah, I think it's too long. I can get behind that, but otherwise, I don't. I just don't have the beef with it that some people do. But it's like I think that in all honesty, it's like sucks for James Gunn, but this is good news. It means that DC is seeing that he has clearly no idea what he's doing, and I mean that's the thing is we've gotten Peacemaker from him, which season 2 was atrocious, like so bad. I watched one episode, man, and after the whole orgy scene, I was like, all right, that's it. I'm done. I can't watch this. I just can't. And the worst part is the first episode was probably the best of the bunch. That's how bad it was. So it is it's a shame, but he's just mishandling this whole thing. So Paradise Lost and Waller, both dead. This is fantastic news. Nobody wanted these shows. We don't even have a Wonder Woman yet, and you're trying to give us a Wonder Woman-related show. Nobody on Earth wanted a freaking Amanda Waller show. And the fact that they're now rejecting a Catwoman and Poison Ivy show is pretty big, honestly, considering that those are 2 of Batman's kind of big bads / large characters.
See, I could have actually seen some interest in the Catwoman show after the way the Penguin went. As long as you got the creative team of the Penguin behind Catwoman, then I think it could have worked. Because again, people are actually interested in the Matt Reeves universe. Penguin is one of those that actually made the Batman even better. Like, I'm like you, Blaine. I already liked the Batman, but I thought it was even better after seeing the Penguin.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely agree. The Penguin actively makes that movie better.
Yeah.
It is. The show's freaking phenomenal. So it sounds like across the board we all agree. This is good news.
W.
Yeah. Big W for Warner. And as everybody, well, many of us know, there's huge shakeups happening over at Warner currently with all of the stuff connected to the Paramount buyout and all of that. So my guess is they are pumping the brakes. They are, pulling the plug on most of these shows just because they're big costs with not a ton of return, because it's not even like you're getting box office money or anything like that. And so all of that makes sense. And then, it's paired with the fact they're probably just waiting to see what happens with Clayface and what happens with the next Superman movie, which is next year. But the thing is, it's like Clayface, even if Clayface is phenomenal, Clayface is not the thing to save DC.
Yeah. Like, most people aren't going to go see that.
No, you got Lanterns coming out on Sunday.
I'm very interested just to see what the hell is happening with that show.
Yeah, we're actually going to review the first. We're going to review the first episode, maybe the first two on Dad's Turn to Talk. And we'll see if it's any good. We're going to give it a shot. It's not going to replace our movie of the week, but
right.
But yeah, we're going to give it a shot, see if it's any good. But I'm not holding my breath based on what I've seen.
Yeah, it's not sounding good. And if the rumor that we've all been kind of talking about, I don't know if you've heard it, Bob, about what potentially happens in the first episode.
Yeah, I've heard.
If they kill off everyone's most famous Green Lantern in the first episode, people are gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I've heard the rumor, and if that's the case, as far as I'm concerned, it's an automatic F at that point. I don't care how good it is,
dude,
for the rest of it.
100. They're toast if they did that. I really hope they didn't, but it's just really starting to look like that's the case. I think I'm worried that it's going to be terrible, and it just really sucks too, because it's like, there was the bomb that was, Ryan Reynolds, Green Lantern.
It's like, is it going to be better or worse than that?
Right. And you've messed up when we're in this current DC universe and people are like, that Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie, like, it wasn't that bad. Like,
we were a little too hard on it.
Yeah. Like, maybe it was okay. Maybe it was an all right movie. It's like, no, guys, it really wasn't that great. It's just that James Gunn's really just publicly shitting the bed in front of everyone.
Well, what's happening is we're comparing a hard turd to a soggy turd. That's kind of what's happened here.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. You're like, well, at least it's solid. It wasn't explosive diarrhea. It was just a decent bowel movement. That totally tracks. So all
James
of this
Gunn's been eating that lettuce, man.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, James Gunn's eating too much Taco Bell lettuce, and that is what has happened to the DC universe. That's really what it is. So, yeah, it's we'll see what happens with DC, but I think them canceling these shows is absolutely fantastic news for all of the rest of us, to be completely honest. But guys, I think it's time. What do you guys say we go ahead and dig into our movie of the week?
Do it.
Sound good? All right. Well, we're gonna run the spoiler-free bumper just because ass humpy ladies, but you guys know the drill. There will be spoilers. And one of these days, I'll stop being a lazy sack of crap and actually make new bumpers that are the ones that I want.
That clip really should have been longer,
Yeah.
Right. It should be longer. Right. It should be. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll extend it and I'll just use the same one, but, lengthen it out, and it'll say spoiler free. And then it'll just say, like, just kidding. Watch these ladies do some exercise. And that'll be what it is. I think that's actually the perfect clip for us. So this movie, I'll give you guys kind of a rundown. I think I mentioned it a little bit last week, but Ghost Rider is kind of a film I've been conflicted about for a long time. I saw it opening night in theaters with literally a bunch of the dudes that worked at my local comic book shop. I was deep into comic books at the time. I was collecting like thousands of dollars worth of comic books. It was an unhealthy habit. But I was deep in it. And I was really, really excited for this movie, but I was also like, I don't know if Nick Cage is the guy. I don't know if I want him to play Ghost Rider, but I'm cautiously optimistic. And then we watched it, and I remember just really disliking it. I mean, well, no, not disliking is probably putting it light. I hated this movie. I legitimately hated this movie when I saw it in theaters. And I have not seen it since. I did not remember anything about it. I remember getting out of the theater and all these like dudes from the comic book shop, everybody just trashing this movie into oblivion that I was with. They all hated it. And I never saw the sequel. So, and there was a sequel called Spirit of Vengeance that was made. Never watched it. Have either of you guys seen that?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yes, and I actually watched it after, because it's made by the same guys who did Crank, so you'd think it would be halfway decent. Yeah, the guys who did Crank made it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I guess with hearing you talk about it, is it not good?
It is bad, and it's not even fun bad. It's just boring, bad, flat. It's not fun. It's a slog.
Okay.
All right, let me put it this way. For a stream that I'm doing tomorrow, we're doing a Steven Seagal tier list. So I'm rewatching a bunch of Steven Seagal movies, and a lot of those movies look like Citizen Kane compared to the Ghost Rider sequel. Did you not?
Okay. So
there's a couple of things I like from it, but it's more in like the art style than anything else.
Okay. Yeah, that track. So different director than this now, and I did not mention this. This movie is directed by Mark Steven Johnson. This dude not been attached to his tons of stuff. Technically, he was credited as being involved with the sequel movie. This is also the dude that directed Daredevil, which was a fairly notoriously hated Marvel movie as well. That one also, though, I think for a lot of people has kind of aged a little better now. I mean, it's still goofy, like it's a goofy superhero movie, but I think there are people that, you know, over the years, the opinion has gone up a little bit on it. But this guy, you know, he directs this movie. I think it was because Daredevil was in 2003. So, and then he followed it up with Ghost Rider. And so this thing, it stars Nicolas Cage and Eva Mendes as the two big leads. We got Sam Elliott here. Like, that's a big plus. You know, you put Sam Elliott in something and you're like, there's at least a level of badassery to this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that dude, he's got the gravitas. And there are quite a few other recognizable people in this movie. The one that I kind of jumped out to me the most was Donald Logue. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he's the buddy of Nick Cage. The in this
Life.
He was in Grounded for Life. I always think about him because he was in Gotham.
Yes.
And that was actually a fairly good show. It got better once Jada Pinkett Smith got off the show and was not on it anymore. She was terrible as the character Fish Mooney. I don't know if you guys remember that.
She was in the first season, right?
I watched the first season, and that was it.
Oh,
it gets better. It gets a lot
better. It did. It literally got better when she left. Her character was terrible.
Yeah, it's actually worth watching after she leaves.
Yeah,
and I still liked the first season, but yeah, she's bad.
Yeah. I agree. And so, anyways, with this movie, it's, you know, I mean, it's a full 2 hours. It's not a short little movie. This feels more and is definitely more in the realm of those like 90s, 2000s Marvel movies. Think along the lines of Fantastic Four, Daredevil, like we mentioned. It is very much in that realm. This was before the MCU. And this character in general is kind of, I think, definitely a slept-on character and a part of the Marvel universe that doesn't get remotely enough love. Because, especially even just looking at the MCU has put a lot more highlight on kind of the brighter, more bubbly Marvel characters, not the dark side.
Right.
Which is what this character is. So, Before we do that, though, one thing I want to do, because I am very bad about forgetting to do this, I want to do it really quickly. We did have a couple supers I wanted to pull up here really quick before we dig into the full review and chat this movie. But Subtle Deviancy for 199 says, Bob has contributed much to consent laws in 50 states. Bob, what do you have to say?
I shit you not. He's got some. Subtle's got some great stuff for us over on the Dance to Talk. Yeah, he's always. When we were doing Spider-Man, he said web slinger is what all the female nurses would refer to me as on the floor. So.
Gross, Bob. That's gross.
No,
Bob.
he's got Subtle. You're the man.
Yeah, he will roast you into oblivion and create lore for you that is unprecedented, to say the least. And we got Jason Ellison here for 2. It says, did you see Park Hoppin' stream with Vader and Beardo? No, I did not. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Did you see it, Thundarius?
Yeah, I did.
What happened? What did I? What did I
Darth
miss?
Vader came out and Beardo about creamed his pants. Pretty much. What happened? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That sounds
I don't know if
accurate.
this was before or after meeting Tony Gonzalez at the urinal, but
I didn't realize that's where he met him. Because I saw the picture, but I didn't realize that's where he met him.
Well, they took the picture outside.
Well, yeah.
Right. After he got his wiener out of his hand, he was like, "Can I take a picture with you?"
Yeah, what did he do? Hey, Tony, how's it hanging, man?
Right. A little low to the left, but we're doing good over here. Yeah, I haven't talked to him since he's been back. I missed Bro Science yesterday, so I haven't gotten all the details on the trip yet. But so no, I did not see it, but now I know, Jason. Thanks for the heads up. And thank you for the 2 for brother. And we got another one here from Subtle Deviancy for 199 and says, Blaine is in the dark. More mopery charges. Mopery? What is mopery? What do we... Listen, I've tried to make it brighter in here. I turned on the lights and nothing changed. Like I said, I'm just trying not to mog these guys so hard. It's better if I'm in the dark.
Yeah, you need to look up mopery.
I don't know what mopery is. I'll need to look it up. I have no idea. I'm kind of scared to look it up.
Yeah, he's always getting on to Josh for that too. So.
Wait, a violation of an imaginary or trivial law? It's a trivial law, mopery?
Yeah, supposedly it's where you're exposing yourself to a blind man.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, why not? He's not going to know.
Right.
You just be like, gotcha, and then just leave. Be like, you just saw my wiener and you didn't even know, dude. Sounds like a pretty sweet charge to me. I don't know. Maybe that's why I am in the dark. So, and I did want to pull up really quick here. Eric Stratton for $20 says, put 20 towards waving north by, I think he meant watching, north by Northwest, cool leads, fun dialogue, and Cary Grant. Have you guys seen this one?
No.
I know of it, but I have never seen it. And this is one of those classic films. It's Hitchcock. So we can definitely add that to the list. I do not know if and or where it is streaming, but I will check that out. And actually, I'll start prepping a poll because we need to run one for next week because I have no idea what the plan is for next week. But currently, it looks like North by Northwest is streaming on Tubi, and we rarely do classic movies. My wife would love to probably watch this and come on the stream, so maybe that'll be an incentivizer to bring her on. So thanks for the 20, Eric, and maybe we'll get Sid on to talk about this one. So we'll check it out, dude. Thanks for the 20. And all right, so let's go ahead and get back in here, and I'll get those other supers in just a little bit, guys. But so Thundarius really wanted to talk about this one as well. Thundarius, were you like a big fan of Ghost Rider, or like you just wanting to do a rewatch, or
no? You're just like, we need people on, so I threw my
Yeah.
hat in the ring because I hadn't seen this
Perfect.
since it probably came out either, and so I'm
Right.
like, it's been getting brought up in conversation lately. They just announced, Ryan Gosling, so it's a good time to go back and revisit it. And man, I have thoughts.
Awesome. I'm excited to talk about this because, which I teased it earlier. I watched this movie in a very interesting way because I started kind of doing the math and realizing that I was not going to have any time to watch this movie. I'm out of town, as you guys can tell. And I was like, I haven't seen it yet. This is going to be a problem. So right before we left the house, I was like, where's it streaming? I was like, oh, perfect. It's streaming on Hulu. I literally downloaded it onto like a large tablet that we have. And I told my wife, I was like, you're driving to the beach and I am going to watch Ghost Rider and I'm going to pipe it through the car speakers and the kids are going to watch it with me and we're going to watch it in the car. And so we watched this on a tablet in the car, but it's a pretty decent sized one. So it was, I mean, if you think about it too, it's like half these tablets are bigger than like the old CRT TVs we used to have at home, So I think it's an excusable size. Granted, it's still not even as big as some of these ridiculous screens in the new cars now, right? Like, dude, the screen in my wife's car is like bigger than my freaking laptop screen. Like the thing's huge. And I'm just like, what? I told her when we were watching this, I'm like, we just need to get one of those like dongles where you can override it and just put whatever you want on the screen in the car. Because I'm like, we could just play the movie on the actual car screen. That's what we should have done. Yeah. So, yeah, but we did. So we watched this in the car. My kids had never seen it. They didn't know anything about Ghost Rider. They didn't know anything about this character. We were watching it and they were both like, you sure this is Marvel? This seems like DC. They're like, I'm pretty sure this feels like a DC movie. Like, no, believe it is darker. Right, it is. And like we were saying earlier, this is very different from a lot of the stuff we've been getting from current Marvel. And even still with the MCU, when they've delved into some of this realm of stuff, they don't fully go there. Kind of like what they did with Moon Knight. Like Moon Knight is a super cool, darker character. That show was honestly pretty bright. Like it was not what people were wanting from a Moon Knight show.
It sucked. You can say it. You can say it. It sucked.
Yeah.
It should be framed more like Batman with some supernatural elements.
100%. 100%. And they just went such a weird direction with it. The weird thing is, it's like, yes, it absolutely did suck for a Moon Knight show. The weird thing is, it's like watching it, I'm like, there is a good show in here. It's just that, like, it's not a Moon Knight show. I don't know what this is. This just isn't a Moon Knight show. It's just, this should have been something totally different.
Yeah, and Oscar Isaac wasn't the problem with the show.
No,
not at all.
No.
His performance was good. It was just the way it was written. It was terrible.
Right. It's just such an odd approach for it. So, it's like I consider Moon Knight in that realm of like these Ghost Rider type characters. You've got Blade. They still can't get a Blade movie off the ground, and it sounds like the Blade movie is now canned. But like Thundarius mentioned a minute ago, we've got this big announcement with Ryan Gosling as the new Ghost Rider. They're making a new movie. I am very intrigued. So with this, I guess first what we'll do, I want to hear you guys' thoughts. We'll dig through that and kind of our overall synopsis with it, and then dig into the ins and outs of the movie and talk about kind of what everybody thought about it. But and I guess also, so y'all watched it at home, I'm assuming, in a normal format and everything.
Yeah, I watched it late at the shop on my computer.
Nice. Perfect. Which, and you've got enough mega-sized monitors in your computer. I think
I do
you
have
have
a
enough
couple of
screen
giant
space.
monitors. And there's a TV here, but
yeah. No, that's perfect. Probably a better format than I watched it. So, but I will say, this was a blast watching it with my kids and them having no idea what they were getting into. I did not prime them. I did not tell them anything about the character. I was just like, just buckle up. It's Nick Cage. You're in for something one way or the other because it's Nick Cage. And so, and I think the words when the movie started and after it got past young Nick Cage, the words from both my kids were, "Oh my God, it's that dude. He's goated," is what they said. So,
I mean,
they're not
it's
wrong.
funny that you, it's funny that you say that, because in my review over on Criticless, the way I put it was, Nicolas Cage is Ghost Rider. That should be the end of the review right there. You don't need anything else after that. I mean,
right.
Nicolas Cage is one of those actors that I don't care if the movie is bad that he's in.
Right.
He's still going to bring his A game to any role. He's going to go all out. And in this role as Ghost Rider, you can tell he's having fun. We know he's a comic book fan. The guy has been cast to play Superman. Obviously, that didn't work out, but he was cast to play Superman. He played a version of Spider-Man. He loves the superhero genre, and he's going to give it his all. And there's times in this where he goes full Cage. Like when he has his first transformation, he goes full Cage. Yeah, it's great. I mean, like I said, that should be the end of the review, but it's not. There's a lot more to this movie. I think that's just fun. I mean, what do you think, Thunder?
So you like
blast.
It.
Yeah. Go. I think it's rad.
Yeah, you think it's in the rad territory. Perfect.
Absolutely.
I like that. Now, I guess before I give my thoughts, Thunderius. So, and I guess also Bob, before Thunderius, quick question: now versus then, has your opinion changed? Better, worse?
Okay, yeah. I don't even remember what my opinion was back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked it when it first came out, but I wasn't crazy about it because you're comparing it to films like Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and whatnot. So I thought it was cool. I made a good time with it. I bought it. I watched it one time, and it's been sitting on my shelf since. But going back and rewatching it, and maybe this kind of goes back to what we were talking about with Green Lantern, where you're kind of comparing it to everything else now. But when you look at some of the crap we've been getting, this was an absolute gem. I thought this was fun.
Okay, sick, perfect. Now, Thunderius, you have thoughts. We
this
want to hear
movie's
those
fucking terrible, bro. This movie is absolutely awful.
Boot him,
but in like a fun bad. Like it's just like they tried way too hard. They were way too serious with all of it, and it's all just cheesy, memeable nonsense, and it's so fun. It's a terrible movie, but it's so much fun to watch.
Okay. That as long as you have the fun part,
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, we can allow
if you just sit back and watch it, you're just like, this dialogue is awful. Half the time the CGI is awful. Like there's just so much where they're just staring there. They say a word, and they say some more words, then they say some more words, and it cuts back to another person doing the same thing. Like it's just not good, man.
I'm convinced that in the film that some of the locations were used were just because it looked cool, you know, or like there's no reason for them to be there, you know, in a dark walkway with all these trees surrounding them, you know.
I'm pretty sure they shot it in like Australia or some shit too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so random, and then people appear out of nowhere, you know. It's
regularly.
Yeah. And so I get what you're saying, that there is. I mean, it's bad. I mean, to me, it actually feels like there's pieces of it missing. Because like for example, when you have Sam Elliott, and this kind of goes back to what you were saying, he's just so cool. I mean, he's got that gravitas. When he turns around and says, "This is my last ride," you know, I got one last ride in me, you know.
Right.
Why?
That's the best scene of the whole film.
Explanation to any of that.
Yeah, exactly. You're just like, but why does this have to be your last ride? Like you just showed up, and like do you die now? Is this? Are you riding off into the sunset because you got to go die?
He just disappeared, man.
Right.
He just vaporizes.
He just, completely disappears. You're just like, I guess so. Yeah. I guess that's what happens in this movie. It is. There is a lot of like, just, we're not going to explain a thing. Thing happens. You accept thing happens.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like there might have been stuff left on the cutting room floor that just didn't make it in the film. Or in this case, they just whatever. They'll accept it.
Right.
It's got Nicolas Cage with a skull face that's on fire. I mean, again, you don't need anything else.
Yeah, you don't. And watching this made me realize, remember too, because it's like I guess you could. It's not really like, I guess it's kind of dark fantasy is the genre, right? But it's like not. It's like modern dark fantasy, not like an actual fantasy film. Because there's like a whole genre of movies like this. If you think, like, there was that movie Priest.
I vaguely remember that.
There's a lot of movies kind of in this genre where it's
Jonah
like
Hex came out around that time too, right?
Jonah Hex, Constantine. There's this whole. What was it? Spawn, exactly. Yeah. Like, those type of films are. I love this genre, but these types of movies rarely end up being like really, really well made. Like, they're usually just kind of like a kind of bad, but you still love it because you're like, this is a vibe. Like, this is cool because of the vibe.
So it's a Nick Cage movie.
Right. It's a Nick Cage.
There you go.
Right. And so I'm right there with y'all. I kind of like, I probably think it's less bad than Thunderius does now, but I felt the exact way, minus even the good part, the first time I saw it. Like I was mad when I saw this the first time. I was just like, this is a pile of shit. This movie should not exist. Get it out of here. And but after the past like 6 years of terrible superhero movies that we've gotten, it's like now seeing it, I'm like, this is kind of cool. Like this is a pretty sweet movie. This is a good vibe, and also like Nick Cage is having the time of his freaking life. Yeah. And then also, and on top of all of that, the bigger thing here is just that you're like, Ghost Rider is such a cool character. Like there is very few characters that are as badass as Ghost Rider. It's a dude whose head is on fire. Like, that's awesome.
Who rides around on a motorcycle.
He has one of the most convoluted origin stories out of like any superhero. I watched a video to try to figure it all out, and I'm like, I couldn't follow everything, man. It is very ridiculous, and they definitely changed his origin slightly in the movie, and it's probably a good thing they changed the Eva Mendes character, because I don't know if you know what this character is to him in the comics.
Okay. I don't remember. I probably did back then, and it's probably part of why I don't like it.
It's a very popular section on the hub.
Okay.
They were step siblings.
Oh. Oh.
They were
You know how
step-siblings.
earlier in the show we were talking about negative stereotypes in the South, okay? And it sounds like Marvel was taking part in this. All right.
Yeah.
We all aren't married to our siblings or our cousins, contrary to popular belief. Okay. But it is even like this movie though. It takes place in the South. You're like, where in the South? Somewhere.
Don't know.
I don't know where. Do they say? I don't know. I think it's maybe Texas. Kind of feels like Texas. But also, people in Texas don't talk with my accent. They are not Southern. Like, there is no twang with Texas people. It is
yeah, no, we don't talk like that.
No. Yeah, it's a very like, it is interesting. I hope that they fully do it justice with the Ryan Gosling movie. And it is, I'll say though, with Nick Cage doing his Southern accent here, having just recently saw Con Air, this one's better. Okay? This one's better than the Con Air one. He's got it down. Okay? This was slightly more respectable than the Con Air.
I kind of like that Con Air one.
Oh, it's terrible, and I love it. I love it so much.
Put the money back in the box.
It's so bad.
Well, he loses the accent at different times in the movie.
It's hard to maintain an accent that absurd. Like, I don't blame him. This though is pretty good. Eva Mendes's character is really odd. Like, she's kind of a dingbat sometimes, but then like kind of not. They like kind of use her for comedic relief at times, and you're like, I don't know why they're doing this. Like, there are a lot of kind of perplexing things about it, but also if you saw these types of films of the time, it's very on brand. Yeah. And honestly, I would argue that this is less cheesy than Daredevil.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah. I'm assuming we're talking the theatrical cut of Daredevil.
Yes.
Because I do think the director's cut is pretty good.
Yeah. I need to go back and see the director's cut. There's a whole scene of them fighting on like a seesaw
yes.
and stuff, like just absurd, absolutely absurd. But this one, I'll say, man, they got it down with like the flames and the fire raining from the sky and the ground catching on fire and the tire tracks, and especially he's driving up the side of a freaking building.
Hell yeah,
that scene is badass.
The CGI budget went for the fire and nothing else.
Yes.
Hell yeah. I mean, he uses the chain to kind of change directions and stuff as he's riding down the building. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah. It is sick. Like, there's some really cool action moments like that when he's in character. And then it does feel like that, like Daenerys said, where it's like they they blew the whole budget on those bits, and then in the last act for the last fight, they're like,
those
"We're gonna do
helicopters."
this." Dude, yeah, he throws the helicopter. Ridiculous. There is and even I don't know for you guys, the final battle sequence feels very small compared to what had previously happened.
Very quick.
It's kind of weird.
Well, it happens real quick because of Ghost Rider's ability to, stare into their soul or whatever, And,
yeah.
So it happens real quick because he's an unbeatable villain, and then all of a sudden he gets loaded with all these souls, and then it's over.
Right. You're like, he became more powerful and then lost. It's kind of odd. And during that whole sequence, my son, he was like, I don't know what is happening right now, but it's sick. And that's kind of how I felt. They were all like, I don't know either. I was like, I think he's absorbing souls because they were trapped in this town. They didn't fully get into it. I don't really know.
If you made a drinking game out of this movie, every time they said San Venganza, you'd be trashed by the end of it. They say it like 11 times, bro.
Yeah. And you're like, but like, what about it? Like, I feel like, so that's the thing too. So he gets this scroll that is this mythical scroll at the end of the movie that's supposed to be this huge deal. And he's just like, I have the scroll of whatever you say, Sangaza or whatever the name is, and I have all the power. And then he just like has the power, and you're like, that was what was on the scroll to make you do this? Like he says, it's like 10 words. Like he does. How does it happen? Why does it happen? I don't know.
Don't know.
I don't think you're supposed to figure it out. And supposedly, I guess it gives him the ability so he could take over the world and take over hell and overthrow his father and all that stuff, which is what he wanted. But it doesn't really explain why he's so powerful, because at the end of the day, you would think that Mephisto would be more powerful because that's who the character is. It's Mephisto. I mean, it's like, come on.
Right. And that's a big MCU character. I wish they had given him the look later in the film of actual Mephisto from the comics.
I actually kind of like the look, though, that they did give him, because, I mean, obviously, in this case, maybe this goes back to the budget thing. That's like, okay, we spent the money. All right, what do we do? Slick his hair back, put him in a suit, give him a cane. Yeah, there we go. But I think he looked cool because he played it smooth. Like, the way he's able to get Johnny to sell his soul, and then he's like, yeah, well, I did what I said I was going to do. He cured his cancer. I didn't promise you I was going to save his life. It's like, I thought that was cool. I mean, he was smooth as the villain.
Yeah, no, he did a good job. And I was trying to figure out too, I was like perplexed for the longest time. There's the kind of secondary villain, not Mephisto, the other guy, Blackheart. And I kept recognizing him, couldn't put my finger on it. He's one of the lead actors from Yellowstone, is who that dude is. He's kind of a scumbag in Yellowstone too. But I was like, oh, that's who this dude is. And this was a long time before Yellowstone, and he kind of looks the same now. So I was like, dude, that guy's actually aged pretty well considering how long ago this was. But yeah, I mean, all in all, it's like, this is a goofy, fun superhero movie. Is it really good? Not really. But also, it's fun. Like, it's a good time. It's rad.
You talk about goofy. I mean, just an example of how goofy it is. Okay, so he sells his soul to the devil, right? And what does Sam Elliott tell him? He says, you didn't sell it for selfishness. You sold it for love. That puts God on your side.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
What?
I guess.
That makes you dangerous.
So. Yeah. And actually, Super Nerd here, that's spot on. Reminds you of, there's a lot that reminded me of Supernatural, for sure. This definitely has a Supernatural, the show vibe to it. And I will say, so I haven't said yet, but my kids absolutely love this movie. They thought it was awesome. Like, they both had the time of their lives. They're like, first off, Ghost Rider is freaking awesome. This character is so cool. Like, why are we not seeing more of Ghost Rider? And I'm like, that's an excellent question. Ghost Rider should be in everything. He's awesome. And also, I do think it was like Sam Elliott inspired casting. The moment when they are riding side by side and he's on the motorcycle, Sam Elliott's on the horse, they're both flaming skulls looking like badasses. Like, that is
the Ghost Riders in the sky playing.
Yes,
Like, that's the best scene of the whole movie right there.
Dude, legit peak cinema. Like you said, best scene in the movie. It's so good. And then in a close second is him just like tearing it up and down the streets on the bike and like as Ghost Rider and just peeling up the streets. And I like how they even did like an aftermath where it's like a lot of movies would have just made him tearing up the streets and stuff, and then everything's back to normal, or like nobody says anything about the fact that like this motorcycle ripped all of town to pieces. But they're like, no, like Ghost Rider destroyed everywhere he went on this with this motorcycle.
Yeah,
government roads hate to see him coming.
Right.
I love also how they kind of made Johnny kind of a eccentric or kind of weird character. And what I mean by that is like, you know, his buddy's watching the news and he's like, hey, turn on the monkey show. You know, they got a show with monkeys sitting there drinking jelly beans.
Drinking jelly beans. That's what I was like, this has to be Nick Cage had to have made this up. He had to have.
I watched the behind the scenes.
Okay.
And he was originally written as a hard drinker, hard smoker, death wish type character, and Nick Cage changed everything. They even like, it was his idea for the jelly beans, the Carpenters. They had to contact the Carpenters because they just don't license music, and had to get the Carpenters to okay it to license it. That's probably where a lot of the budget went too.
That's insane.
Also, one of the coolest lines in the movie, I think, again, it goes to Johnny's character, is when he's about to jump the football field, and he's like, I took the cars away, and all the helicopters come up, and his buddy's like, why'd you do this? He's like, my dad thought it'd be cool.
It is cool.
I audibly laughed. I was like, yeah, it is. That is cool.
That is cool.
Hell
Some manly stuff right there. I'm gonna go jump a bunch of helicopters.
Right.
And Nick Cage's thing was like, he was determined to make the character more real than what it was written as. We got
by making him drink jelly beans.
Yeah.
Turn on the monkey show.
And watching the monkey. He was just like, he seemed more like psychotic.
Yes.
And I love how Nick Cage is like, this is normal. This is how people act.
Yeah.
Which is also just like, it's one of those things where you're like, you kind of got to give it up to Nick Cage for just being a freaking weirdo. Like, this dude is just, he's so eccentric that, you know, he's gonna leave little pieces of him everywhere he goes, you know, and he does that with his movies, and it's for good or bad. And I think, you know, obviously, as we were talking about, it's like the critics hated this, but they hate a lot of stuff. Wasn't a huge surprise, but clearly it did well enough and people liked it well enough that it got a sequel that wasn't very good. But also a weird thing here that my wife pointed out, and I had not thought about this, and it's like, oh, well, no shit, yeah, that tracks, is the fact that Eva Mendes is the love interest in this movie, and she is married to the new Ghost Rider.
That's I didn't even think about that.
I didn't either.
I didn't think about it either. I was like, holy shit, you're not wrong. And I'm like, so we need to, like, they better put her in the movie, even if it's just for a callback. Which, and honestly, with the way that this character is and just all of that, it's like they could technically, even if it's just like cameo, whatever, they could like throw Nick Cage a bone and like make him a previous like Spirit of Vengeance or whatever, like have him kind of be like the Sam Elliott type of character, or and even if he's not, like, don't have him play like, you know, previously being the lead, but it's like, you know, they could at least give a nod to it. And then they could even poke fun at if Eva Mendes was in it, kind of something along with that. That could be pretty fun. And honestly, like with who is doing this movie, I could totally see it just because he's already done meta so much with Deadpool and Wolverine, because that's who's directing it is Sean Levy. So like he's already worked with doing a bunch of super meta stuff. So it's like, who freaking knows? But I do hope that they take the new Ghost Rider movie pretty seriously, because this character has a potential to be so badass.
Absolutely.
If they do have Nicolas Cage play like a previous Ghost Rider in the film, you just got to have him show up and say, That was my last ride. I could only change one last time.
You're right. Well, and he's got to be like, let's ride. Like, he's got to do it.
Yeah,
like
let's ride.
Which in this, like, my son and I had just recently watched Gone in 60 Seconds, and he was like, "That's the thing. That's the line." And I was like, "Yeah, it was like pretty sick." Like, that was a good callback. I appreciate it. And there's a lot of fun to be had here. Like, this isn't, it's not the best superhero movie by any means. I think it falls right in that realm, like we said, of the Fantastic Four movies, of Daredevil, it's of its time. And of that genre of superhero movie, it is in many ways bad, but in many ways so bad it's good. And in other ways, I think it is just legitimately good, though. Like, I thought some of this movie is actually legitimately, like, really good with how they captured the character. And now, like, there's a prison scene that I thought was terrible in this movie. Like, it was just so goofy when he gets locked up in prison and, like, gets dogpiled and busts out of the dude pile that's on top of him. And I was just like, bro, this is rough. This is pretty rough.
But really talking about busting out of a dude pile in prison right now?
Right. Hey, they did it in the movie. All right. I didn't do it. They did it.
You're getting kind of excited talking about it there, Blake.
Listen, it's not every day you get to see it busting out of a dude pile in prison, But in Ghost Rider, you get to see it.
You talk about how I do think there were aspects where they really did take seriously, though, about the film. And the idea of, Johnny kind of wanting a second chance, because that's something everybody can kind of relate to, because everybody at some point needs a second chance somewhere in their life. And so you kind of relate to that, the idea that you made bad choices before and you kind of have to live with the consequences of that. And you're kind of looking for a second chance. Now, the unrelatable part is that not all of us turn into the devil's bounty hunter, but at least we can relate to the second chance aspect of it. And so that's, to me, kind of what gives the film some heart.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's definitely heart to the movie, and like we were saying earlier, you could tell they were kind of passionate about it, whether it came off, seriously or not. They still had, they clearly had fun with it. So I did definitely dig that, and I do want to. What we need to do is pull up all of the chat's reviews if I can find them. Somehow I've ended up with my tab down an absolute rabbit hole here that is not on the movie at all, so I'm not going to share it. Let's see here. All right. Pull up, because we did have quite a few reviews come in for this one. There was one that actually I got to talk about that kind of surprised me. I was expecting to be a lot higher and wasn't. And also, if you haven't watched this recently, it is easy to see. It's on Tubi. It's on Hulu. I don't know. It doesn't say Disney Plus on here, but I feel like if it was on Hulu, it would be on Disney Plus as well. But
I'm sure it probably is.
It should be. So, but currently sitting at a 70%, I think that's super fair. Like, that's honestly maybe too fair, but I'm about
generous.
It.
But I'm okay with it.
Yeah. No, I am too. Like, I think that's not a bad spot for it. And so that's by 55 of you guys in your reviews. And it's sitting at, as far as themes, a bit language, no nudity, correct. Maybe family friendly. Yeah, I think it's fairly family friendly, honestly. Like, nothing too. People die in it. They get turned to like weird corpse things.
Yeah, they're not splattered all over the pavement or anything.
Right. Now, Ghost Rider is absolutely one of those characters where they could go hard R with it, and it could be pretty awesome.
Yeah, like I think it would do well if they just leaned in.
Right. No, I agree. Like, just go all in. I am curious to see if that's what they do, or if they'll go PG-13. I have a feeling they'll probably go PG-13, simply because it's got Ryan Reynolds. It's going to have a high chance of success. Like, get more eyes back in the MCU and whatever. Honestly, I think it's pretty cool if it succeeds, because it means that there have been rumors that Marvel has been considering digging more into like the Midnight Suns, like, group of the Marvel Universe, which is all the dark stuff, and that would track with digging into a Ghost Rider movie. Honestly, if they took another crack at Moon Knight, I wouldn't complain if they did it right. And they could even keep Oscar Isaac and just be like, we're going to get away from all that weird shit we were doing with this show. Like, and then kind of build out that area of the MCU. And some of the Midnight Suns characters, like Wolverine gets thrown in there sometimes, Magic from the X-Men. So it's like with them utilizing the X-Men, I could definitely see them leaning into some of those X-Men characters that kind of carry over. They could do some really cool stuff if that's where they're headed with the MCU. Because I think that would kind of be smart, is to, you have like all of the X-Men stuff going, and then you kind of pull away from the bright, sunny, happy MCU characters and get into more of these gritty ones as your other arm of the MCU. That could really kind of refresh what Marvel's doing.
Yeah, I agree
think,
with that.
yeah, I think it could be pretty rad. But yeah, so with this thing, we got I did drop. I'm not going to give it quite this high. I think I'm going to give it like it's a rad. I'm going to give it between a 70 and a 75. But I haven't written my review yet. But I did have a whole lot of fun with it. Caveat Ties just dropped his review, gave it a 59%, and said this movie was a ghost, this movie was a ghost of its potential. And yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. Yeah, it's kind of there was a whole lot of potential there. You see, the really good stuff is really good for sure. Emily gave it a 75% here. We got the Mass Marvel with a 71%. It said the first transformation scene should have been longer. I kind of agree with that too. But it was really cool, and you get to watch.
He goes
like
full cage during that scene.
Full cage, and all of his skin's like melting off. My kids were just like, "Oh my god, oh this is crazy." I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty cool." And my son just kept being like, "Do you think that hurt? Do you think it hurt for that to happen?" And I'm like, "Well, he seems to be screaming in pain, but also it's Nicolas Cage and is maniacally laughing, so I don't blame you for asking that."
Yeah, it's hard to tell in that scene if he's screaming in pain or if that's the Ghost Rider, screaming in like laughter that he's coming out.
Right.
And there was one cool thing I liked. Well, so they took the spikes away in the sequel for some reason, but the one thing I did like that they did was they had like his leather jacket looked like it was bubbling.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
because of the heat in the second one, which was really cool.
That would be cool. That was smart, because I was wondering too. I'm like, how do they handle what's the explanation for the clothes surviving it? But also, it's kind of like, hey, it's a comic book. Like, what's he gonna be? Just like a butt naked skeleton running around, just nothing but bones. Like, that wouldn't be as cool as and actually the scene where right at the end of the prison scene, there is a 6 point where his the spikes start popping out of the jacket.
Yeah,
and I believe the term my kids used were, "That's super tough." Because that's what we're saying. Everything is tough. There were so many times throughout this movie where they're like, "Oh yeah, that's tough. This is super tough." I'm like, okay, all right. Well, if the youths say that it's tough, then I guess Ghost Rider's tough. Which my son said that this is officially his third favorite movie of all time. So
really,
he's a man of high taste, But I'm like, hey, if these are the characters you're getting into, then we're good. I'm about it. But we got Probably Toxic in here with a 68% and said, I'll write a full review tomorrow. And I'm curious to see Probably Toxic, not a dude. She said, that, we keep having her see these movies that she's never seen before. So I'm curious if this is one that was a first time view or not. Then Darius, we got your review with a 60%. Yep. So that's actually higher than I was expecting.
The cheese gave it a 10% bump.
Yes, that makes sense. And I struggled because I where you were talking about like some of the CG being bad, I couldn't tell because apparently when you download movies to a tablet through Hulu, unless you specify, they do like a low quality. And so on how big the screen was, it kind of looked like shit. And I was really bummed because I'm like, I know this movie looks better than what I am seeing. And now I can't tell when there's bad CGI or if it's just that you guys gave me like the lowest resolution possible. So I couldn't judge. Also, I love your profile pic of Jay flipping the bird. That's
took that one myself.
That's great. I love that. That's really good. Did he actually do that, or did
he did? He did. He was like counting, but he happened to flip off the camera, and I was like, okay. I am screenshotting this. Someone else screenshotted it and posted on X too. But I'm like, I got my own, and I immediately changed my profile picture on YouTube for a while.
That's awesome. So it's a typical Jayism, a typical Jay mistake. I love it. So yeah, 60%. Nice. And Bob, you gave it a 75%, which is right where I was aiming to. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so fun.
Yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, Nicolas Cage. I mean, he elevates the film just because he's in it. Like, this is one of those films that when you watch it, it's not going to go down as one of the best superhero films or anything like that, but you have a good time because Nicolas Cage is in it.
Yeah. Yeah. He makes sure you're going to have fun, even if it's terrible. That is absolutely the truth.
I watch it over Superman any day of the week.
Yeah. That movie, it's so weird to me because I constantly go back and forth on how I feel about that new Superman movie. First time I saw it, didn't like it. Second time I saw it, liked it more. Have seen scenes from it since, and I'm like, I think I hate this. So I don't even know. Like, it's just, which is like, that is not how a Superman movie should be received at this point. Like,
no.
I did a rewatch recently for another stream, and yeah, it sucked. I hated it. I didn't hate it the first time. I really wanted to like it, but I was just very disappointed in it the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
The second time I saw it, I hated it. I didn't like it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm very curious. And especially now after seeing Supergirl, I'm curious where I'll sit. Because like the weird thing was, it's like Superman was the best part of Supergirl, which is not saying a whole lot.
No, agreed with that.
Yeah, it's just like he was, and I think that actually he captured the character better in Supergirl than he did in a lot of the Superman movie. It just kind of felt more like, Superman, but also he just kind of seems to be perpetually stuck in Clark Kent and not Superman. He's just kind of always Clark Kent. But we got Sarah Toby with a 70% and said it's 2 weeks to September, so the devil needs Johnny Blaze to bring back the old band back together. So yeah, this is actually kind of like a Halloween adjacent movie also. I just love movies with this vibe so much. But this is one that surprised me, was For the Users gave it a 53%. I'll have to go and read her review, but she is the one who's been campaigning for the Cage meter in Criticless, and I think might have even came up with it. So she's a big Cage fan, so I was like, 53 is a little low. Like, I'm a little surprised. So I'm going to have to read a review and check it out. But she did give it a Bat Out of Hell Meatloaf song music video attachment, which I very much respect. And we got My Dixie Wrecked with a 60% and said Morning Bonehead from The Caretaker. And yeah, that was pretty funny. It's like the second that The Caretaker shows up, you're like, this dude's clearly was like the Ghost Rider or something. Like, he knows way too much. With the way that they play it. And it is, even his introduction and how they handle him is so weird.
Well, I mean, look, Blackheart knows that he's got the contract. Tell the Caretaker to bring the contract. It's like,
right.
How does he know this?
Right. And I'm like, the whole time I'm like, well, if they knew that there was another Ghost Rider out there, why didn't they just kill him?
Yeah, right. Well, and he knew about Ghost Rider, but then like he acts like he has no idea Ghost Rider is capable of when they first meet him, and he like hangs from the chains and he's like, job done. And it's like, but you should know what this guy's capable of.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's so weird. The consistency and the logic in this movie, it doesn't logic regularly, but it's still kind of okay. And Bob Rogers gave it a 70%. He liked it, and he can be a little harsh on things too. He's been liking some of these more cheesy ones, which I've been surprised about. But I think he's kind of like us. He's appreciating the cheese. And we got Super Nerdtastic here for a 74%. Said this movie is pure campy comic book fun, and I think that is some of it too. Is it's like we've had like our serious comic book era for a long while now, and it is nice every once in a while to be like, I kind of like this because it's not taking itself seriously, and it does feel like a goofy comic book movie.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah, it's a good time. And Life on Marshmallows with the 59% said cool Cage, lame villains, weak story, but still a decent watch. I actually like the villains in this. I thought it was kind of cool to have all these different types of demons. I think it could have been done a bit better and fleshed out a bit more. It is wild that it's a full 2 hours, where by the end, and it feels like Bob was saying, where it feels like there was more movie here, where I'm like, how are we at 2 hours and it feels like there's stuff missing? Like, it's kind of weird.
There was one spot with the drippy guy where he wipes his eyes sagging and he wipes it and flicks it, and that actually looks fantastic.
Yeah.
So there are parts of this that look good, but a lot of it doesn't.
Yeah, and there are definitely parts that don't, and which, like I said, it was hard for me to tell watching it on that weird de-resed version from Hulu, but
you know, for the time, I think it looks fine. I don't
Yeah.
think that it's nothing that blows you away or anything like that. But and yeah, you can definitely look at it and be like, okay, yeah, that looks kind of silly. But as a whole, I given the time period, I mean, I think it's still better than some of the stuff that comes out today.
For real. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've definitely seen a huge dip in a lot of the CG stuff. So I'm just worried that to compensate for that, we're going to start seeing a lot of like stuff that's obviously AI. And it's going to almost be worse because you're just like, this looks like Uncanny Valley weird. You know what I mean? Like you're going to be able to spot that it's AI because they've already alluded to the fact that CG is going to be like one of the first things to get hit with the AI stuff.
Well, I'm seeing that with music videos right now. Like, it's definitely been replacing a lot of CGI stuff, special effects in music videos.
Yeah. It's only the beginning. There's going to definitely be more of it going forward. Seeing a lot of people with, 7 fingers on one hand and stuff. So, which I think they've kind of gotten that under control. But Round Triangles gave it a 69%. And we got Maester P here in the chat as well with a 79% and attached the awesome Spider-Bait song with the music video. Yeah. So that song is rad. I miss when all the Marvel movies had like dedicated soundtracks with a lot of like butt rock on them. Those were the days. I miss it.
Yeah.
And Brain Damage gave it a 75%. We got Odysseus Running here also in the chat, gave it a 75% as well. That seems to be the sweet spot. Everybody's really hitting those 70 to 75s.
Yeah, I think it's a good, solid, rad movie.
Yeah, I do too, yeah. And War Machine with a 73%. And Xenodrone with a 70. We got Dragon Dan with a 75. We got JJ Happenstance with a 63. And said, wow, better than a lot of MCU films at this point. And definitely not better than The Crow. I've been pushed to rewatch The Crow a lot lately, and we will probably be doing it on this channel soon. So I've not seen The Crow in so long. Have either of you guys seen The Crow?
Love The Crow.
Not in years. I think I may have seen it last when it first came out. I don't think I've seen it since.
That was 90s.
Yeah.
So it has been a hot minute. And then we get back into some of the older reviews, but I know some of these guys are in the chat too. We got Bones with the 87. We got Tommy the Nerd with the 77. Lots of rads here. Eagle Thrasher there with the 76. So he did this a while back too.
Awesome.
Yeah, heck yeah. And a lot of you guys in here, I've tried to go through and give some likes and stuff. So yeah, this thing seems to be still, people appreciate it, and I think it's aged fairly well considering. So I'm about it. I love to see all you guys showing up in here with these reviews, and y'all keep doing it. It definitely really helps with us getting these scores, more accurate. 55 reviews for this old Ghost Rider movie, I think is pretty decent. Yeah. And we got some supers I'm going to pop in on, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. But we got Jake Stanley Blue Blaze in here for $2 and says, "What all are your thoughts on Pepe Le Pew returning?" Is he talking about that? The Acme movie? Y'all think that's what he's talking about?
Because Pepe got canceled, dog.
Yeah, he should never should have been canceled. So if he's back, awesome.
Yeah, if he's back, we're back. You know what I'm saying? We finally made it past the canceling. I want to see that new Acme movie though. The Coyote versus Acme. I think it's going to be pretty good. And honestly, I kind of just want to see it just to kind of stick it to Warner Brothers for just fully abandoning this entire movie that seemed really cool and by all reports is actually really good.
I don't think it needs anything. It doesn't need to be anything special. I mean, just look at the premise of it. Wile E. Coyote suing the Acme Corporation. I mean, come on. It doesn't need to be good. It just needs to be fun. And I think it will be.
Right. Yeah. And a courthouse, like a courtroom drama, like comedy, like that sounds amazing. I think it could be really cool. So hopefully so. And weirdly enough, getting put out by Ketchup Media. So we will see how they handled it. And I mean, I appreciate the marketing and then throwing all the shade on Warner Brothers. But thanks for Jake for the twofer. And Kinzaki here for 2 says, "You guilty, look into my eyes." Yeah. Is that so? Did Did the behind the scenes get into any of that stuff, Thundarius, or talk about any of that? Or
They do have a scene where someone walks up and the guy's like, just got done putting this together, come take a look at it. But they don't really like dive into it too deep. The one other note I had though from that was Cage said that this character is the closest character to who he is that he has ever played.
I can believe it. I can believe it. I mean, sure. That's awesome. That is great. That sounds like Nick Cage. Yeah. Are there any other gems from the behind the scenes that you got out of that?
That's about all I got. There was some interesting stuff. Some like it was fun seeing him shoot the scene where he's like turning into Ghost Rider for the first time, and it's just like 5 guys in the warehouse, and so.
Yeah, and them spinning. I've actually recently been seeing, I think because of the new Ghost Rider announcement, like people have been sharing the filming of that scene and how ridiculous Nick Cage is doing all of his expressions and stuff. It's just it's a wonder to watch Cage. You know,
it works though with the music and everything. It works.
Oh yes, yeah. I thought that scene was going to come across a whole lot cheesier, and then watching it this time, I was like, no, that was pretty cool. Like I'm about it. I mean, the cackling and laughing was insane, but like, I mean, if Nick Cage was to turn into Ghost Rider, I think that is exactly what he would do.
Yeah.
That thing. So it works for that reason. Well, we got Diecast Matt for 440 jewels, and he says, Unk alert. Yep, see, getting called Unk. And we are all of Unk status, I think, at this point. And Superfly for 5 says, song suggestion for the end segment. Do the Bruce Campbell by MC Lars, quite a banger, song for something a bit goofy. Interesting. You'll have to, I'll have to add that to the list. I have not heard of that. So is it a song about Bruce Campbell? I'm assuming. I've been watching a lot of Bruce Campbell lately as I work my way through all of the Evil Dead. And Superfly, thanks for the 5, buddy. And then we got John Ray, Movie Man, for 2 jewels, and says Silver Star. What's up, John? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you here in the chat. And we got My Dixie for 2 jewels and says 100. So let's go. And I think actually with that that last message there, we do need to do our send-off dongs before we go. So I hope you guys are ready with your songs. Let's run it.
Wiener, 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 wiener.
Send off dongs. Send off songs.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, so what dongs do you guys have? Let's go. Let's run it. I know we'll let Thundarius go first because he's the music guy around here.
So I had a couple of things I was teetering back and forth because like Down the Road by Impatient is a new thing that like fits real well with the theme with signing your soul with the devil and stuff like that. It's fantastic. And then JJ Happenstance put Vapid in Vegas by Wolves of Glendale. Do you know who Wolves of Glendale are?
No, I don't.
So they're a comedy rock trio. They have a variety of songs in a variety of styles. And I was teetering between Vapid and Vegas because people were just in Vegas. And my uncle got a hot tub. And definitely watched the music video for My Uncle Got a Hot Tub. But they are very talented individuals from the way that they shoot their videos to the songs that they write. And the fact that they can change up their styles. And they're really, really fun. So that's hilarious that was part of all the things I was thinking about, and then someone talks about it in the chat.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome. And what was the name of the band and the song again?
Wolves of Glendale.
Okay. Nice.
They got a variety of stuff. And then Down the Road by Inpatient was my original choice because it fit the theme a bit more.
Okay.
But
nice. Perfect. Well, I'll add both to my list. And Bob, what you got, buddy?
All right. So, obviously last month the Odyssey came out, and for that
we don't talk about that around here, Bob. We don't talk about that movie.
Well, in my review I pointed out that there is a better version of the Odyssey out there, and that was "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" And I even
Yes.
I had a clip
Dude, it's
from
so
that
good.
highlighting that it was better. And ever since then, I've a lot of the the songs from the film have been popping up in my feed on YouTube. And
Let's go.
so I actually just today was listening to Man of Constant Sorrow. So
Oh, dude.
I love that. So that
That's
whole
awesome.
soundtrack is awesome.
It's
But,
a masterpiece.
And then the song by the Sirens, the "Didn't Leave Nobody But the Baby."
Yep.
Yeah, so both of those were songs that I was listening to earlier today.
Perfect.
He's
yeah,
bona fide.
Yeah. They turned him into a horny toad.
I love that movie.
And I love it when they see him in the theater. We thought you was a toad.
Wait,
I don't want to stop, goddammit. I'm a Dapper Dan man.
Dude, it's a freaking masterpiece. One of my favorite films ever. Actually, fun piece of history here. I used to play music all the time. I played with multiple bands and stuff, just growing up, and played with a lot of people. We ended up winning. It was my senior year of high school. We competed in a battle of the bands, and we won because we covered Man of Constant Sorrows.
Nice.
We were playing it at an outdoor festival where we competed it, and we were in the middle of the song, and a train comes running through behind us while playing Man of Constant Sorrow. It was like the most perfect moment for that song, and everybody was like, these guys won. It's over. Like, everybody just needs to pack it
Wrap it up. Pack
Yep,
it up.
It's everybody. And the funny thing was, we were the youngest people in the entire competition. And so we beat, like, all these older dudes have been talking to crap to us, like, oh, you young bucks are going to lose, whatever. And we show up playing, like, we played, like, a bunch of classic rock songs, and then it ended with Man of Constant Sorrows with a train coming through. And I was like, y'all get out of here. We just won. We walked it. So, yeah, but that's a good rec, Bob. I like that. And I'm going to recommend one by a guy. I recommended a song by this guy a week or two ago by this guy named 501 Braze, which is an interesting guy. He's a rapper, but he does 2000 style rap. But he's like a country guy, but it's not country rap. The lyrics are country centric, but it's not country music. It's so weird. It sounds like it was ripped right out of the 2000s. Anyways, this guy 501 Braze, he performs with a guy named Jam Wayne. He's this older white. Do you? This dude is an older white guy, and he sounds like freaking Ja Rule, like straight up Ja Rule from the 2000s. It's wild. You need to listen to it. So he has a song called "New." It's by Jam Wayne. That guy 501 Braze is on it. And he's pretty legit. He's actually pretty good. So I'm all here for people bringing back 2000 style rap because I want mumble rap to go far away. And we've watched rap just kind of die over the past like year, and it's kind of not even a thing anymore, which is why they're now just putting out fake AI music that's not even rap by rap artists. So
Ramble for a whole another segment about that because independent music's having a renaissance right now, especially in hip hop.
Big time. Big time.
Mainstream. Yeah, dude.
Yep. Mainstream is fully toast. So if you're listening to hip hop, it's definitely do it on the indie side of things because the mainstream is toast. But yeah, listen to Jam Wayne. He's cool indie guy.
Will do.
But I think that is going to be it. I think we got one more super here. We got Jake Stanley Blue Blaze for $2 and says, "Dong of the week is Gloria by the Midnight." Also phenomenal song. And me and Thundarius are both Midnight fans. Bob, if you've never listened to the Midnight, do it. They are awesome.
Will do.
Yeah, they're a synth band. They're synthwave band. They're very good. Very
I'll check it
retro
out.
80s centric. Yeah. So Jake, thanks for the two for brother. And I just decided, I figured what we're gonna do since we had a 20 for it, and I hadn't thought of anything else, and it is easily accessible. We're gonna do North by Northwest next week. So North by Northwest, we're gonna do another classic. I think a lot of the guys liked when we did Forbidden Planet. That was fun, kind of cool. Push us to watch something a little different, and then we'll get back on the routine. We'll do some critic-hated things and whatever, but Ghost Rider was a perfect critic-hated film. They definitely did not like that one. So I think it was a good return to that, and it was funny because we just came off a Nick Cage month and then just did another Nick Cage movie. So, we just can't seem to escape Cage around here, which makes sense for critic-hated movies, I guess. So,
yeah.
He's got a lot of those. But anyways, guys, y'all can go ahead if you want. Thung Darius, you want to go ahead and sound off on what you're up to over the next little bit and let everybody know where they can find you.
Cyber School Media. If you're interested in music related stuff, we drop on average 4 videos a week, reaction videos. Occasionally stream on Sundays, either reviewing something music related or with a musician guest or somebody from that realm as a guest. And constantly we pump out a lot of stuff. So
that's
average
awesome.
4 videos a week plus a live stream while running the vape shop full time. It's a lot, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I've met a lot of cool musicians, got a lot of cool ones in my phone that I never thought I ever would. So it's a great time, and wanted to talk movies and things somewhere else, and this has been fun. So come back anytime.
Oh, absolutely, dude. We'll have you back. I know we had talked about Cabin in the Woods. We need to do that one on here.
One of my all-time favorite movies.
Me too. Bob, you ever seen Cabin in the Woods?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay. Yeah. That is one of also my all-time favorite. I think it's one of the horror.
Yeah, it's a pretty
greats.
cool movie.
Yeah. It is really, really good stuff. And Bob, what about you, man?
All right. Well, of course, you can catch me on my channel. Was It Good? At Bob Loves Movies. We just did a review on Dad's Turn to Talk, which is live streamed on the channel. We did Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That was pretty cool. And we actually had Cooper Barnes, who was in Henry Danger, drop by the stream for a few minutes. And
cool.
That was kind of cool to have him show up. So yeah, go check out the channel over there. Also, you talk about critic hated movies. I already mentioned earlier that on the last panel, which I'm on Fridays, we're going to be doing a Steven Seagal tier list this week. So that should be a lot of fun. I've actually been watching a lot of those, and yeah, some of them are awful. I mean, some are fun, but a lot of them are awful. But either way, it's going to be kind of cool to do that list. We came up with a list of 15 movies. And then hopefully later tonight or Saturday, hopefully tonight, though, I'm going to try to go see The End of Oak Street. We're going to be reviewing that on Dad's Turn to Talk next week. I might do a solo review on the channel. Not 100% sure yet, but we will talk about it on Dad's Turn to Talk on Tuesday at 9:30 Eastern. We will go live with that. And on the same episode, we'll probably do, or not probably, we're going to be doing a review of Lanterns episode 1 as well. So check those out. Yeah, so hopefully it's good. We're going to give it a shot.
Heck yeah. No, that's awesome. But you're staying busy, dude. Both of you guys. Well, I'm really glad to have y'all on here. This is great. Thanks for filling in and
thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely do more of this. We'll have you guys on and some of the others too. It's fun streaming with a lot of the guys that I don't get to, people we see in the chat or in Criticless or wherever, and getting to actually hang with you guys some. So really glad to have y'all and everybody else in the chat. Thanks a bunch for joining us, and I think that's going to be it. But remember, North by Northwest next week. We will be back in the studio, and with me, I'll be back to my usual all over the place everywhere starting on Monday, I'm sure. So probably first thing you'll see me back on will be Film Threat on Monday, I'm assuming, unless Chris Gore forgets to send me an invite. And in that case, I will not be there. But that'll probably be where you'll see me back, and I'll be back from vacation. Granted, my kids are starting back school, so it's going to be chaos for at least one more week of all of next week. It's going to be a mess. But anyways, everybody take it easy. It's been real. It's been fun. And we'll see you next time. Later.
I'm complex. And I'm deep. I react spontaneously to people who want to figure me out. I'm not going to let anybody figure me out per se.